Good morning and welcome to Everything Bears, where we talk about everything Bears. Something pretty significant happened this weekend. That's right, it was the NFL draft. On this show today, we now get to debate is Ben Johnson the mad scientist or the mad genius? I know one thing, we're going to talk about it next, so let's get it going.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bears fans. Welcome. Happy Sunday morning. Welcome back to the Everything Bears Show, your home for everything Bears. And as we know, it was the draft this weekend. And we had a couple of nights to sleep on it, right? We've had a couple of nights to sleep on it. Wedge, how you feeling?
Better than I was after Friday, that's for damn sure. I had to take something out of the equation for me to really start feeling good about this. I had to take the rounds and what we perceived as where these players should line up and throw that out the window. Once I did that and I just looked at the players, I felt a lot better about it. But I was not happy after Friday night. Which most of you guys got to see live. But being the person that I am, in Ben we trust, right?
That's it. I think that's about like where I'm at with polls as well. I mean, I heard David Kaplan say a good one-liner where I was like, you know what, I'm going to resonate with that. Where just, you know what, I hope you guys know what the hell you're doing. Okay, because we don't. Okay, we're just fans. We're watching, and I'm with you though. I have faith. Once you start to look at the players that we got, it was a pretty decent draft. It was not as horrible as we thought. Those nights, I think I was upset mainly because we had a vision.
Right.
We had a vision of what we thought we needed, and how they drafted told us that wasn't their vision. So okay, now we see what the direction the team's going to go in, and you know, a quick takeaways is right. We upgraded the secondary.
Yeah,
Okay,
big
just
time.
a quick rundown. Okay, we addressed some O line interior O line issues, bringing in Logan Jones. Added some kind of weapons with Roush and Thomas, and then like a little bit of defensive depth with Elliott and Vandenberg. So, and I really like Vandenberg, and I know we'll get to him as we discuss throughout. But you know, in hindsight and sleeping on it and marinating a little bit, I'm okay. I think my draft grade has changed, and when we get there as well, we'll cover that as well. So, just woosah,
Woosah.
because
I,
we were both hot.
yeah, I'm with you, man. You look at what's out there, there's a couple clear messages. Number one, polls did not like the D tackle class at all. I mean, he avoided it like the plague because there was a lot of, run stuffing guys out there that might have been able to contribute. I get it. We're looking for a tackle that can rush the passer. I think the big shocker was when Minnesota took Caleb Banks so early. It's just right then and there that told me that this draft is up for grabs, and Ty Simpson by the Rams, probably the most surprising pick. This thing was a free for all.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. I still question the third round process. It felt like the third round monster came up and struck again. So we'll talk about it as we get into it. But as you guys file in, one thing I want to say, thank you guys for joining us for those last couple nights. Had a ton of fun just hanging out with you guys, watching the draft, reacting to the picks, to everybody that contributed, and a lot of people contributed. We had a lot of eyes on, so thank you very much for being part of this and joining us on this 2026 draft journey.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a great turnout. The people who came on, Big Mike, special thanks to Big Mike, Chad as well,
Mhm.
hopping on for a long time. That was really awesome. And the
Not
channel
only,
grew a little bit, just so
yeah.
everybody knows, the channel grew a little bit with those 2 nights. So go ahead, Patch. Sorry.
So not only did we draft 7 players, we also picked up a handful of UDFAs, undrafted free agents. And I am happy to report that one of them was a kicker, which we will also get into. So,
Nice. Yeah, that's
yes,
I saw that. What another big name's
the
gonna come out.
Vanilla Gorilla, baby.
No, even more than
Oh,
that.
oh,
Olin Krutz's boy got an invite.
yes. Yeah, the Bears and the Giants is what I
Mm,
was reading. Uh,
okay.
I'm assuming he'll show up in the camp with the Bears, though probably has a better chance of making it with the Giants.
Yeah,
Or
so I'd be really surprised if Olin lets him, or if maybe the kid might hold some sort of, I mean, $15 an hour. You know, that whole situation.
mhm,
Like, no, son, go to the Giants.
yeah. It's, yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see what they do. Obviously, Croots, all-time legend as a Bear. Um, so we'll see. I was a little bit saddened that he didn't get drafted, though he wasn't on anybody's boards, and hell, I was having trouble finding a draft card on him. He didn't get invited to the combine, nothing like that. So it was really tough to pull up information. So he's got a long road. It might be a practice squad type of thing, but if that doesn't scream accruits in my mind, because Olin was not highly touted either. But man, did he make a name for himself?
Oh yeah, big time. Do a jacket one day, maybe.
Oh,
That well, lofty,
I yeah,
lofty.
I think so. Right?
All right, so where should we start? Should we just take it from the top?
Take it from the top, round one. So
Round one.
think as we go through, we'll talk about our guy. At the end, we'll give our grade, what we thought about the pick in the moment. And then at the end of talking about the main drafted players, we'll grade out what we thought the draft was. And depending on time, um, we'll start digging into maybe some of these undrafted free agents as well.
Yep, yep,
Noah, that's good. That's how good Olin was, I'm guessing. So, yeah.
yep. Dude was a animal. Anyways, round one. Bears pick 25th. Dylan Thieneman, safety from Oregon, drops all the way down to 25. Um, what he brings to the table, he's like a ball hawking safety with a super high IQ and is an instant contributor.
Instant
You know,
starter, we're thinking, right?
yeah,
Played a few years in Purdue, transferred out for his last year to Oregon to a bigger program. The kid is super athletic. As a matter of fact, I got his RAS score up here, so I'll get ready to bring that up here.
yes, because this will be a theme today.
Yes. Hmm. So Dylan Thienemans Raz, let's go. Uh, okay, so overall Raz scored 9.72. Ran the 40, blistering fast here. Ended up coming in at 4.35, which I think really helped vaulted him up there. The size grades are really the only thing that he was kind of lacking. 201. But for 200 pounds, man, he threw up 18 reps on the bench, which
Nice.
was still pretty good. His explosive grades were off the chart. 41-inch vertical.
Woo.
What is he? 6 foot, 200 pounds. Broad jump of 10 feet. So just the athleticism here is damn near off the charts. 9.72. So he was out of all the safeties that have ever gone through all the testing. Um, that's where he ended up stacking up. And what was the theme in free agency? We need to get faster.
Speed, speed, speed.
Speed, yep, speed, athleticism. And this kid, being from the Midwest, he's played in all the elements, probably growing up. His family was a Bears family growing up, all that fun stuff. I'm sure you guys seen the pictures. Um, I'm When he fell to the Bears, I was ecstatic. Nobody thought that he would, but he did. And once Minnesota passed on him, because that's where he was getting mocked 24/7,
Yep.
then you thought to yourself, there's a chance. Because there wasn't a whole lot of teams that had safety as one of their top needs like the Bears did. And sure enough, he ends up dropping right into the Bears' lap. And this is obviously a home run pick for the Bears. We couldn't script it any better, maybe if, Caleb Downs fell. But the Giants ended up snatching him up at 12, which was a steal as well. So we've seen a lot of that type of stuff. So we'll continue to talk about it. I think he's a day one starter coming into this. It's his job to lose. And based on who we have on the roster right now, he's it. He's going to be starting day one.
Oh yeah. That's my guess. It's the starter.
Mhm.
Obviously, they're gonna make him work for it, but for lack of options of what's behind him, he's probably way more ready to go than even the guys we have. Do we have any on the roster? I'm trying to think if
Elijah
Hicks. Oh
Hicks.
yeah,
I think that brings up a good conversation. What are the Bears going to do? Do we see the shift in Kyler Gordon cross training? Do we see, one of the guys they picked up in free agency cross training? Dylan Thieneman said that he was cross training as a nickel.
correct. You beat
Uh,
me to it. Right. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, so right now it seems like the Bears have a plethora of interchangeable pieces in that secondary. And I think you said it Saturday night. This seems like the Bears secondary is going to be another strength of this team going in. And
Hmm.
who would have thought that we'd be saying that once we knew that both safeties were free agents and just the decimation we had with all the injuries last year.
Yep.
But this could end up being a new version of the no-fly zone. I don't know. I'm not going to put that out there quite yet and give them that moniker. Let's see what they do on the field. But this seems like a ball hawking team that can tackle, that can blitz, that can hopefully turn it over just like they did last year. I think we'd be a little bit foolish to think that they're going to get as many as last year. But damn, we have some guys that could do it. That's for
Yeah.
damn sure.
And they'll be flying all over the field. I think it might have been Poles or Ben in their press conference. What did he say? Like you just want one of those defenses that just feels oppressive,
Suffocates, yeah, takes the
suffocating.
airs.
That's
Yeah.
the yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, ooh, yeah.
Hmm. Uh it might be too soon to say this. They're going to have to be because we might not be able to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna run.
we'll see.
We're gonna run cover 12.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
water boy's gonna be out there too.
Spread it out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
But super excited about the pick. You get just a home run, absolute home run. I'm sure it's gonna be a home run.
mhm. What would you put your ultimate grade on this then?
Oh, on this kid,
Yeah.
yeah, A plus.
A plus
Really?
for me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it should be a can't miss. Uh, hopefully, he doesn't get hurt or anything out crazy like that. And I think this kid's going to be a long time contributor. Um, sitting there next to Kobe, which Kobe had a hilarious tweet, which you showed, I think, Friday night or Thursday night, rather, with the white man can't jump picture. Um, it's good to see Kobe has a sense of humor as well. Noah saying the Bears are built for the Super Bowl. I
Okay.
will say this. Um, Obviously, they put a premium with the players that they signed in free agency and who we got in the draft on stopping the run over rushing the passer. I think that's very clear. We'll get into it a little bit more as maybe we talk about Jordan, but you look at all the free agents that they signed, they are known for stopping the run. With that being said, if you can make a team one dimensional, then you can start doing a few things. Maybe that's how they attack that. Maybe they have something in the works.
Yeah.
Maybe there's going to be a trade or free agency signing, or who knows.
Right.
Now that the draft is completed, I think we're going to hit a little bit of a lull while these players are trying to figure out and what these teams are trying to figure out who they need, what are the remaining holes, who's still left in free agency, and then they'll go from there.
Yeah. Yep. So, do you think and I know this is putting the carriage before the horses, but so Dylan, do you think he's is an immediate upgrade from Brisker? I know the kid hasn't played one down in NFL football, so
Yeah.
keeping that in mind, but do you project him to be an immediate upgrade
From Brisker.
from Brisker?
And while Noah's thinking of his answer here, I'll give you my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yes, in coverage, 100% upgrade there. The one place that I will let Noah kind of jump in here. With those guys back there, nobody's going to throw the ball deep. It shouldn't. That's for damn
Shouldn't.
sure. Um, so coverage wise, obviously, Thiedemann is going to be an upgrade. That was not Brisker's game. Um, do I think he's going to be as much of a force in the box that Brisker was? I don't, but do I think he can handle it? 100%. He's not afraid to get his nose dirty. He's a willing tackler,
Oh yeah.
and he's going to come up with a little bit of speed now and then, not be afraid to put one on you. That's for sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this can do. I also think that this makes that defensive secondary and that backfield, the safeties, ultra versatile. I think both of those guys could be up in the box. Both of them can blitz. Both of them can cover. Like that is a huge, huge plus with Dylan Thieneman back there. You're
Oh yeah.
not kind of slotted into roles. You can really get creative with those guys back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Dennis Allen's gonna have a field day
Hmm.
because you think again, as much as we run nickel, you want to drop Kyler and blitz one of the safeties. You want to blitz Kyler, and those safeties are ball hawking back there. That nickel packages are going to be lots of fun for Dennis Allen again, barring any injury. Because we said this last year, but God, Lee, our secondary was hurt all year. We could never get all the starters on the field at the same time with each
Yeah.
other. It was terrible.
Absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so you and I are in agreement. I have a feeling that everybody out there and everything Bears Nation would agree with us. This was an A plus pick. Great value, huge area of need, probably the biggest area of need filled on day one with one of the top prospects in the draft.
Yep. All right. Nice. So we move on.
To maybe a
Second,
little bit more controversial pick, huh?
I thought at first, yes. I think at first, yeah,
Hmm.
because of where you said. So you had a nice statement right before we went live where you said this touched me because I didn't kind of wrap my mind around it that way. It's not the problem isn't with the players that we drafted.
Mm,
It's not. It's where we drafted them.
yeah.
That gets confusing. And our next pick here in the second round would be a prime example of said ideology. So 57th overall, the Bears draft center Logan Jones, center out of Iowa, touted as the draft's best center.
Hmm.
And again, as we're thinking, trenches on defense, trenches, what the hell are you doing? They scoop up Logan Jones and maybe a bit prematurely. Maybe because, like you said earlier in the show, Pulse was staying away from defensive line like the plague.
Yeah.
But what he does here is he kind of sets up, he moves the chess pieces and sets us up with a damn good center for down the road.
Yeah. Like Joe Bag of Donuts said, this guy, I think the reason why they picked him here, one, probably top rated center, even though that the pundits and we might not have initially had him as the top rated center. I think Slaughter and heck, some of that smoke screen was out there.
Right.
But listen, this guy's probably one of the smartest centers. He's started over 50 games in the Big
Yeah.
Ten, going against top tier competition. He is a zone run fit for center, can get out and move.
Yeah.
I think once I took a step back and really started looking at this, this is a sneaky good pick. This is going to be something like Joe was saying. This is going to be solid. And I'll be honest with you, man. I think there's going to be legit competition at center. And I think that Logan Jones has the opportunity to win the starting job coming out of camp.
Ooh.
I've said it.
Wow.
If he does, then
Wow.
this pick's great, instantly upgrades for me. Um,
So, and dude, and to your point, if I may piggyback real quick,
mhm,
why else would they draft him so high if he wasn't going to
yeah,
be a potential outplay Bradbury at spring training and be
yeah.
week, be a starter? Like, so great point, Wedge. Yeah.
You think about it. Look at what Bradbury is, right? I think he's got one more year on contract with the Bears. They're only paying him 5 million bucks. That sounds like a backup center to me,
That's
right?
backup money, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's backup money. That is insurance policy. Do I think that Logan Jones will be starting coming out of camp? That might be a tall order, but do I think that Logan Jones would be starting maybe after the bye week like we saw the big shift
With
last
Patillo.
year? Very well could be where he's
Yeah.
going to get game reps and see live game action, and go from there. This, I think, was a pick for them to help solidify the middle of that offensive line for the next 10 years. And if it works out that way, then we're going to look back and be like, this was maybe an all time pick for the Bears.
Yeah.
You pair them up with Caleb Williams, they could be together for 8, 10 years.
Yep.
And the middle of that offense, just like we talk about in baseball, the middle of the defense and the backbone and yada yada yada, the battery, whatever you want to call it, is set for years to come. The guy's smart. He's super athletic, which I'll bring up the RAS score again. We'll see it again.
Yep.
While I'm doing that, man, I'll turn it back over to you, and you can continue.
Yeah, I was gonna
Let
say
me know
like
what you think.
he's a big kid, ain't he? And
He's
his rest.
he's undersized, but everything else uber athletic.
So that's kind of the again we talked about this with the weeks leading up to the draft is that Ryan Poles loves his RAS scores. He
Hmm.
really does, and this is another draft where you look when we start to sort through these RAS scores, you're like, Poles and the RAS scores strike again.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what, yeah, because I thought he was a big kid. You say he's undersized. What's his height and weight?
he's 6'2", 299.
That's a big kid, Wedge.
Not
It's a big
for an
kid.
offensive lineman, man. I mean,
But he's
look,
a
he's in
center.
red. He's in red on the screen, man.
Okay, so that's like you don't want a 6'6" center. Caleb Kid's gonna be hitting him in the back of the head with the ball all the time.
So, RAS score for Logan Jones 9.63, graded elite in running 4.9, 1.7 in the 10-yard split, which is really what they look at for offensive linemen.
Yeah,
He was explosive as well. 32-inch vert, 9 broad, and the agility grades were all elite as well. He did the shuttle, he did the 3 cone, um, testing very well in that, which kind of just backs up what everybody was thinking and what everybody was saying, that he's going to be one of those guys who fits in the zone scheme quite well. So,
he ran a sub 540.
yeah, 4.9,
Pull
baby.
him. That's pulling speed, baby.
Yeah. Chad's checking in this morning. Chad, again, if you missed us earlier, thank you for joining us Thursday.
Yeah.
A lot of great comments from the fans. They loved your football knowledge. So we're glad to have you here with
Yeah,
us.
would
So,
love to have you back on the show anytime, brother.
mhm. Noah saying the Packers are shaking in their boots right now, even though they got one of our guys, DDS, old puppy paws.
Oh, they got puppy paws. Damn.
Yeah, they got puppy paws. So, one of the other things that I think was kind of polarizing for me, which kind of set me off a little bit when we made this pick, and I appreciate this, guys. As we're talking through this, it's kind of like therapy for me here. But you look at where some of the other centers went. Slaughter went in the second after Logan Jones. Sam Heck, who the Bears were supposedly really high on, went in the fifth. Connor Lew out of Auburn went in the fourth, and Burton, he went in the fifth. So I think this is kind of where the board threw us off a little bit, where we thought we could get a Logan Jones maybe in the third or the fourth. I don't know. Did everybody react to the Bears picking Logan Jones in the second, and that's why Slaughter got picked? Were they going to be there in the future? That was, I think, the basis of the initial reaction. But like you said, if we take the rounds away from everybody and we just look at the players, you start feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And I'm glad we had a couple days to marinate on it so we could
Yeah.
look into it. Hey now.
Hey now.
What's what's with the big bags over the head picture? The draft results show quality football players. The talent pool this year was down. That, my friend,
Isn't
is
it
called clickbait.
clickbait, an attention grabber? And
Yeah.
it worked. Thank you for joining us. Hey now. So in summation, we are going through what we think about the draft picks. If you missed, obviously we talked about Dylan Thieneman. We both gave that pick an A+. We're
Yep.
talking about Logan Jones right now and what our initial reactions are and how we're feeling today about it. So,
Yeah, it's a very strong for me. Are we giving grades right now on Logan Jones? I'm going to give him a super strong B plus.
okay.
Super strong. Like I want to give him an A. I do, but um I can't.
We
So I'm gonna
we
give him a
do dare
strong B
clickbait
plus.
you.
We give him a strong B plus because I think if he comes in and competes and he outplays Bradbury and he gets the starter, that becomes at our end of the year
Yes.
becomes an A plus.
I echo that sentiment exactly. Initial thoughts, I was grading this pick like a C plus just based off of where he was drafted.
Yeah.
But as I removed myself from the situation, today I give that pick a solid B. Like exactly what you said. If he goes out there and he challenges for the starting job, and I, you know, calling it what I think is going to happen, I think he's going to win that starting job at some point during the year. Then our end of year free agency draft grades will change quite a
Oh
bit.
yeah,
So,
for sure. Thank you so much. Hey now for the subscribe. Thank you so much.
mhm.
It is definitely to get people to go, wait a minute, these guys thought the draft was bad? Let me hear what these idiots have to say.
All
And then
right.
you come on the show and you're like, wait a minute, they're saying good things about the players. What happened?
Damn it, they got me. it's
So Paul Rodriguez, good morning, sir. Let's see. If Logan Jones is the Bears' top-rated center, then it's a great pick. Absolutely. We took the best center off the board. He's a long-term starter. Yeah. So again, if he doesn't win the starting role this year, you could most likely probably pencil him in for next year.
yeah,
But again, the grade goes up for him if he does go in there, competes his ass off, and then wins the starting job. Woo! And Wedge brought up a great point. Bradbury's making backup center money.
yeah,
So that should kind of tell us. It almost runs a little parallel with the Trapillo thing, because when we picked Trapillo in the second round, he was a second round pick, right?
mhm, yep,
And you're like, yay, yay, yay. But he's a right tackle out of college, but I gave Hogan Johns hell all offseason because I'm like freaking out. Like, what are we going to do at left tackle? And Adam Johns told me specifically by name on his show, Ezra, they wouldn't have picked him that high if they didn't think he was not going to be a starter this year. So I was
yeah,
like, fair, Johns. You know football, Johns. You know football. So I'm thinking the same thing with this kid. They didn't draft him this high to have him not come in and compete for the starting job.
yeah, exactly. Bradbury can start this year, giving Jones an invaluable year of experience to learn from. I 100% agree.
Me
Bradbury's
too.
the consummate pro. I just, after watching more and more tape of Logan Jones and seeing the measurables and everything else, I'm not going to be surprised if he pushes Bradbury for that starting role at some point this year.
Yeah.
Like you said, they wouldn't have drafted him this high if they didn't think that he could start this year. And it sounds like when they were talking to him and everything else that they really like this kid. And Poles and Ben said it, man. They are drafting kids who love football, that have a certain type of character. I think that's why we didn't see some of these D tackles. I know that's why we didn't see Zion Young, because they had character issues.
Yeah.
The locker room is one of the top rated things for these guys. And after what we saw last year, it makes sense, that you actually have a true team at that point and everybody can buy in.
Oh yeah.
Joe Bag of Donuts wants to know, hey now, you from the FBS show? Caleb Williams and his former teammate Miller Moss are reunited. Might be
Oh
a
yeah, that's right. We picked up in our undrafted
yeah,
list a quarterback from USC.
yeah,
So our Pulse is going to do it again. He's going to make another Austin Reed here.
yeah. A UFL superstar.
Yes.
Paul saying, giving players an opportunity to learn from a veteran is priceless. Can't overstate the help in development. It's how you help young players learn. 100%.
Yep.
Him sitting behind Bradbury, even if it's during preseason and learning and just how to be a pro. that's a big thing where, you hope that Bradbury is one of these guys that is willing to teach, um, you know, kind of bring the young lad under his wing, even though he knows it might cost him his job. Um, just from the little bit that we've seen from Bradbury, I don't think that's going to be a problem to where he would just, shun the kid, but
Nah, yeah,
you never know.
he seemed like a good guy at the
Mhm.
podium.
Bears have a lot of talented receivers, yes, and we'll be getting to a couple pass catchers coming up here.
Yep.
So,
We'll be- I can't give the rundown. The Bears traded their next pick was at 60, and they traded right out of the second round. Traded right out because again, Poles was avoiding defensive linemen like the
yeah,
plague. So they scoot back and they get to pick 69th overall, where they go with tight end Sam Roush. Am I saying that right? Roush?
yeah.
Out of Stanford. He's a big, big target, man. Versatile tight end. He can be used as a weapon, but his blocking is probably his best part of his game is his blocking. And again, we said it that night when we drafted him. I didn't. I actually liked the pick because again, Ben Johnson and our 13 personnel, we run a awful lot of it, something in the 30% tile that we run 13
Mhm.
personnel. I think this kid is going to be a good fit in our tight end room, and we probably will be seeing him on the field this season
You look
a
at what
bunch.
Smythe had in terms of snaps last year was around 250. He obviously is going to get those snaps plus some because he's a hell of a lot more athletic
Yeah.
um, than what Smythe was. Paul says development isn't linear. I could easily see Jones start soon if he comes along and proves it to the coaches and teammates. I agree with you. My prediction is after the bye week, depending on when that is. If it's an earlier one, maybe I'm thinking by midseason is it would be my guess. Chad's actually the one who tipped us off to Roush on Thursday night. He's like, I think that's a sneaky sleeper pick this year.
Yeah.
Um, so I text Chad. I was like, hey, we got your boy. So he's like, I love that pick.
The
So
Ryan Poles listens to our show and he heard you.
that's right. He's like, oh yeah, that Roush kid. So this was another kind of head scratching pick, but like you were saying, you go back and you look at this, and we talk about the 12 and 13 personnel. Obviously, we run a ton of 13. We run a ton of 12. So Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet will get tired from time to time.
Yes.
I think Roush might be one of those sneaky surprises this year where he catches 30 to 40 balls for 4, 5, 600 yards. Maybe 4 or 5, maybe a half dozen touchdowns type of thing. And we're gonna sit back and be like, holy hell. Not only are our wide receivers just ridiculously good, now we have this plethora of riches at tight end as well and
So
pass catchers.
Chicago is the new tight end university.
Right. So, which who would have thought, right?
I,
Hey, we've had some good tight ends throughout the years, but we've never had three of them on the same
three
team.
of them. Three of them
But
with all the weapons like who mentioned it earlier, our wide receiver room is pretty nasty too.
yeah.
Like holy crap.
Hey, now checks in. Roush will play 25 to 30% of the snaps if the Bears are winning games and remains healthy. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, easily.
Um,
Yeah.
yep. So this is one of those sneaky good athletic picks. Again, I'll bring up his RAS score, and
Yes.
we'll continue to see the theme as we're rolling here. Pretty good athlete in his own right. Played on a horrible offense last year, and I think he still caught what like around 50 balls for 4 or 500 yards, if I remember correctly. So,
Okay. Well,
um,
now he's gonna have Caleb thrown to him. So
mhm.
it's a much. All these kids, I was watching all their reactions from the Bears sharing on their social medias. The kids' reactions to getting drafted, the wide receiver players, so the tight end, the wide receiver we're going to talk about next. I was like, these kids have to be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, the wizardry they pulled off last season. These kids have to be in la la land.
Mhm. Just knowing that they're gonna be part of this explosive offense that the big question for me is, there's just not enough footballs to go around to all
There's only
these
one
guys.
football. There's only
Somebody's
one.
gonna be, sitting there like, "Hey, what's going on?" So 994
Yeah, look at this RAS score,
for this
boys,
RAS score.
ladies and
Uh,
gentlemen. Woo.
6'5", 267, 25 reps on the bench. My goodness. That is ridiculous. I mean, I think the highest rep total this year overall was a D lineman that threw up 32. Our D lineman, by the way, threw up 30. So he was right there that we picked this year. 40-yard dash, 4.7, 38 and a half vert, 10 feet in the broad jump again. So explosive. 7.2 in the shuttle. The cone was elite. So another good athlete. They say
Yeah,
he has short arms, so he might not be the best inline blocker, blah, 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 but we'll see. Um, I don't think he needs to be an elite blocker. If he's good to above average, that's good enough because Colston Loveland, we saw that last year. That dude is an elite blocker,
yeah,
taking on D ends and D tackles and whatnot. And he's also your best catcher. Um, you know, bold prediction right now: Colston Loveland, top 5 tight end. I think that's pretty safe to say this
yeah.
upcoming year.
It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, it's the third round mojo here that I think a lot of us were kind of like, "Woo, okay, what's going on here?" We all get nervous when Poles picks in the third round. Let's see if these two picks that we finished talking about here in a second help turn this thing around. So,
Yeah.
hey, now
Whew.
said, "No, I'm a free agent." Well, thank you for checking out our squad. So,
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hey, now we really appreciate it. What is that though? So I didn't want to stop our flow of talking, but since we're addressing it, somebody had said, "Hey, now from what show?
FBS.
FBS? What's that?" I live under a rock, so forgive me.
Noah's checking in again here. The Bears are going to be even more dangerous this season on
Yeah,
offense. I
I
agree, man. This thing's going to be interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be off the chain. Hey, now you guys remember falling in love with John Theory? The difference here is the love of the game with Sam.
Yeah. Too soon, man. John Theory. Jeez. Why? So sometimes you just sit back and you're like, why? Why did we do this? So
I don't know. All right. So grades on Sam Roush. You want to go first? I can go first. Don't matter.
you're talking, man. So go ahead.
Yeah. So you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling another B plus here. Uh, Probably for the same reason. Number one, this grade could at the end of the season, this grade could easily become an A. But B plus because number one, he seems to be just a great fit in our tight end room.
Mm,
He is going to get play time. He will get snaps. So his contribution is there. That helps with such a high grade for him for me because he's going to be a contributor almost right away. I know Ben likes to vet the rookies for a little bit, so we might not see heavy 13 personnel right out of the gates, but by week 4, you're going to be seeing heavy 13 personnel, and he's going to be a part of it. So B plus for me, great pick. I like the kid a lot.
yeah, the kid seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. I'm gonna go B for this one right now. Um, but it has a ton of potential. That is for sure. The kid's athleticism is off the charts. Um, I just need to see a little bit more. He's going to be the third tight end, which is also going to be, I think, tough for him to make a huge splash. But if he
Right.
is, that's going to tell you something. Um, we know we're going to keep Cole Kmet because we restructured him.
Yeah.
So this year he's a lot cheaper. It does set up the potential for a Cole Kmet split after this season, though.
So
Let's just
there
be
is that.
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's dude. That as much as that hurts to hear you say it, I think you're 1,000% correct. This could be Cole Komet's last year as a Bear, man.
yeah.
Yep.
Eddie agrees with us. He says he's getting cut. I think they extended him the extra year to make the contract a little bit more tradable. Um, I boy, I don't even know. Depends what type of year he has on what's going to happen with Cole Kmet. Are they going to try? Is it going to be like an Edmund situation where they're going to try to get a fourth, and if they can't, they'll just end up cutting him or trading him? Um, Osmonic agrees with us.
Yeah, the whole chat's pretty much in agreement that this is going to be the last
Yeah,
season we're going to have Cole.
yeah, it's the general overall consensus. Uh, I love Cole Kmet, great
Hmm.
dude.
Yeah.
It's just if Roush ends up having a good year, he's going to be on a rookie contract. They're going to have to save money. And we might be looking at drafting another tight end next year. We'll see.
Yeah.
So keep him cheap. But
Yeah.
yeah, 100% agree with you, Asmanic. It sucks. He played his ass off, but he's kind of reached his limit.
Yeah. I kind of
It,
was going to say that to go off what you were saying, Wedge, when you were like, depending on what kind of year he has.
mm,
I was going to say, well, I think we've seen what kind of years Cole has. And so as Loveland takes off here, Cole's going to, he's hit his ceiling. Yeah.
yeah,
He's hit his ceiling here. He can go someplace else and do great, though, because again, he's a solid tight end.
yeah.
Solid. Great. He's got good hands, man. He's a great blocker sometimes. Sometimes he whiffs on blocks, but
Mm.
overall, he's a good blocker. I'm not going to take anything away from his game.
He
And he's a
just,
consummate pro. So there's that.
yeah, he just needs to, practice staying on his feet after he catches a ball. That's all.
He needs to work on that a little bit.
Yes. He definitely runs with a lean. Unfortunately, his lean causes him to fall over. So, but
So, all right, we got our grade in there on Sam Roush.
this next one, I'm going to be curious what the chat thinks as well. This right here, I'll be honest with you as we go into it, the biggest head scratcher for me in this draft. And it's also the biggest wild card as we get ready to talk about one Xavier Thomas out of LSU. Um, before we get too far, don't forget to add the special team reps that Roush had at the for the end of the season grade. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Um, Eddie, okay, real quick here. He wants a quick recap. So Dylan Thieneman, we both came in at A's. Logan Jones, I think you were B plus. I was a B. Roush, you had as B
B
plus as
plus
well.
as well. Yeah.
I have as a B as well. And now you're caught up, man. Now we are moving on to Xavier Thomas, the wild card in this draft. The biggest head scratcher for me because he was one of these guys that you have to go back and you got to look at the player and not where they were drafted.
Right.
All the pundits were saying he had a 7th round grade on him. We ended up taking him in the 3rd, which is tough to get over sometimes. Initial reaction, if you go back and look at our initial reaction, it was not good.
No.
I think this is ultimately what lit the fuse for me. And I'm usually a pretty cool and calm, collective guy. But this lit the fuse on me for wrapping up day 2 of the draft. Um, Xavier Thomas, again, will pull up the Raz. This guy is an absolute burner.
Burn.
second or third fastest 40 time in the NFL Combine this year. Um, what's the role that he's going to have on this team this year? That's the $1 million question. I'll let you take over, man. Looks like you want
Yes.
to say something.
Well, just to answer, special teams. We're
Mm-hmm.
probably going to see him on special teams, just because of his speed, man. He's an explosive athlete. Can't take that away from him. And what we'll see on offense, because of that explosiveness, and we all know Ben Johnson loves explosives on offense. He's got a lot of yak upside. So when you talk about 90-mile-an-hour crossers,
Yeah.
this is the kid. This is the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see him on a lot of drag routes and overs right across linebackers or right behind linebackers at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll run a lot of clear out. He might win clear out route runner of the year in the locker room. But definitely going to see him in special teams. So after seeing some of his little highlights and stuff and learn a little bit more about him, I don't hate the pick. I like it actually.
Yeah, so the thing that's a little bit confusing for me, and before I jump into that thought, let's just get caught up on some of the comments here. Iceberg was saying he had the most athletic stat draft class. Yes, which is why we're showing the RAS scores. Xavier Thomas was a good pick, rated 92. Osmonic says he's going to be a kick returner, punt returner, gadget guy, and
There you
then
go. That's it.
compete for that third or fourth wide receiver spot. Eddie, he'll be doing a lot of pre-snap movement, that's for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Hey Now says this is definitely a Poles pick. At least he's not 26.
Yeah.
The third
Oh,
round monster Poles pick, right?
so all on Twitter, I could not get enough of people saying that this is Velus Jones. So to your point
Yeah.
about being 26 years old, I know what you did there. Hey, now.
we can read between the lines too, buddy. So, what's confusing to me about this pick, if I take the rounds out of it, is this almost seems like a mirror of what we got in Khalif Raymond. Um, Kick returner, punt returner, who's an all pro, by the way. Does this mean that that's just a stopgap, or Khalif might only be with the team 1 year or might retire? Um, I don't know. I mean, is this kind of like our mini speed version of Debo Samuels, right? Um, this truly is a wild card pick
Yeah.
for me. I'm having trouble seeing maybe some of the vision with it. From what I heard, Poles started watching his tape and his eyes started lighting up and gleaming like a kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see how he's going to get used. I just, again, the thing that confused me about this pick is that this seems like the younger version of Khalif Raymond. Why did we go out and sign him? I don't know. Maybe, he's going to be the mentor to Xavier Thomas and he's going to carry the torch. And Xavier Thomas might be the next Devin Hester.
Yeah.
It worked out well for us the first time, I guess.
And if he is a mold of him, if he gets injured, then Thomas can go right in. And we don't
Mm-hmm.
miss a beat because they're of the same mold.
Wow. Throwing it back. Watching the tape on him kind of reminded me of Dennis Gentry.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Osmonic,
Okay.
I see ya.
All
So
right.
you're cut from the same cloth that we are.
Uh-huh.
So
Gen
ball's
X in the
coming.
house.
Yeah. Xavier is a weapon, immediate kick returner, can line up outside wide receiver slot. This is the other wild card piece. You mentioned running back. Is
Yep.
he going to take those running back snaps that DJ Moore had last year?
Yes.
The first fly sweep using Xavier with Burden coming around as an option on the reverse, that's a nightmare for defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much going to be the plan, right? You stretch them not only vertically, but, sideline to sideline too. We got
Tyrod. I'm a Lions fan. I don't pick a side between all the Lions rivals. Well, welcome. Welcome. We have some
welcome.
time waiting for Don Burr to show up. He'll be here any minute.
Yeah,
Because I see Don Burr was lurking in our comments. Did you see he dropped a comment in one of our videos early this morning?
I missed it. No, I
Yeah.
did not go and check out the comments yet.
So you'll have a fellow Lions fan here in just a little bit, Tyrod. Thank you for showing up and chatting, bro. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Um,
Iceberg saying Thomas is a cheaper, faster DJ Moore. I hope he has the hands like DJ Moore.
yeah,
Unfortunately, that was one of the knocks on him is that he's not a very fluid pass catcher. Um, he kind of stabs at the ball versus bringing it in and cradling it in. So it's not natural. So he's going to be on the jugs machine.
yeah, yep. Let's see, Eddie Valentine. What do you got here? It bumps up the competition level in the locker room for sure. Center, tight end, wide receiver are all starting
Mhm.
positions up for grabs. Yep. Hey, now, do you believe our wide receiver group is better this year than last year? This is loaded.
Yeah,
Because I can, dude, I can give an argument for each answer. I'll say no, it's not because we don't have DJ. It's not because who takes his place is Jade Walker, and I'm
yeah,
sorry, Jade Walker, from what I've seen, is not better than DJ Moore. However, with that said, that doesn't mean Ben Johnson can't find a role for Jade Walker or this young kid Thomas too. That he can't
mhm.
find a role that will be productive, maybe even as productive as DJ. So that still has yet to be seen. Overall, I have to say no. I don't think the wide receiver room is better. But with these two that I just mentioned, Jade Walker and Thomas that we drafted, the drop off isn't far.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
I'm kind of with you. Do I think it's better? No. Do I think it's deeper? Yes. Can they sustain an injury from like a Rome a little bit easier this year than they could last year? I think so. Um, I think Luther Burden is on the verge of breaking out. That's not a hot take. I think a lot of people would agree with us on that. But they have more options, man. They're definitely faster. That we
Yeah,
know for sure.
yeah.
So we'll kind of see, man. Tyrod. People keep saying Caden Proctor's a bust.
Time will tell. Kid's got to play a
Yep.
down of football first.
Yeah. I mean, he was picked 12. So for the Dolphins' sake, hopefully he's not. But I think if he crashes out at tackle, he'll be a pretty damn good interior lineman at guard. Just from the homework that we did, because he was on the Bears' radar.
Yeah, he was definitely on ours.
Noah's Noah is our resident spy here.
You beat me to it. He is our Don Burr.
Yes. So
Going to other teams' chats,
yeah.
live streams. What did you
So
find out? They're panicking. Okay.
so what are they panicking about, Noah? Be more specific, man. Team speed that we got. I know a lot of them didn't like the fact that we got Thieneman, that's for sure. Hey now agrees with you. He doesn't think we're better, but so DJ dropped some balls last year,
Yep.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. He pulled up on routes too. Let's not forget that.
Hmm. Yeah. Um,
Um,
but like you said, man, he was the cheese grater. So we need a new cheese grater.
we need a new. It's going to be Luther. Luther
Yeah.
Burns going to be the new cheese
Give me the
grater.
force
He's
choke.
going to be out there force choking all of the, even the DBs that they drafted. He's going to be force choking them.
Hey, sissy, force choke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
You know what else?
DDS, force choke.
Did you hear? Speaking of the Packers, did you see and hear? Uh, why is his name eluded me? I just had it. Their pass rusher, Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Did you see him make kind of an ass out of himself when they were interviewed? The wide receiver that got drafted to the Eagles. and he
No.
just kind of like shit all over this kid's moment. And it's like, dude, don't do that,
Why
man.
are you
This
doing
kid's
that?
in a moment of his life right now, and you just shit all over it. Like
Makai
bad,
Lemon?
yeah, bad
Okay.
luck, man. I was like, bad luck, but you know what? You're a Packer, so
We're used to you being pretty douchey.
yeah,
Speaking of Micah Parsons, I did see him like a previous tweet that he sent out about Vandenberg because Vandenberg used to play at Penn State for a few years. While he was squatting, he set like a squat record at Penn State, and he's like, "Damn, they must be giving you guys different protein than we got," because he was just destroying some weight on the squats. So,
yeah, okay,
welcome S Bandy. I love the
yep,
tight end pick from a scheme fit. He'll crack some skulls in the run game.
yep,
I think so. I think he's going to be. I think they're going to try to utilize him as a pass catching weapon too. I think he's got that type of versatility.
yeah, and like you said too, because we've got Cole and Loveland, his the throws to him are going to be limited, but if he can make the most out of those opportunities, come
Mhm.
down with the ball, then that'd be he'll see more balls after that.
Yeah. Noah was saying they were pissed off that we got Thieneman.
I saw those reactions. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. So,
All right.
what would you give the overall grade for one Mister Xavier Thomas?
Yeah, he just passed. He's got a C. Now get out of my class.
Yeah,
No.
I'm with you as well. C, but this has the I think one of the biggest potentials to swing the farthest. Right.
Sure.
I just don't know how much field time he's going to get this year.
Yeah.
There's some pretty solid veterans ahead of him. The wide receiver room has a lot to a lot of competition in it. Um, Osmonics with us C minus way too early.
Yeah.
That's why my grade is definitely lower. I would have felt great about him if he was sixth, seventh round type of thing. So
Correct. Like you said, it was probably the biggest head scratcher
yeah,
of
the
all the
biggest
picks. Like
reach.
what?
Yeah, and that's I don't know, man. That's the type of stuff that drives us fans absolutely crazy. So I just, yeah, um, I'm with you, Osmonic. That's what almost caused me to just throw my headset off the other night. I was just, what? Okay, I get it. The dude's an athletic freak. He's super fast, but we've
It
had super
doesn't.
fast people before.
I was gonna say it doesn't always translate.
Yeah,
We did Tyler Scott. We did Valus Jones, and Tyler Scott was a world class sprinter. And sometimes it just doesn't translate. So we're gonna do this again in the
yeah.
third round. In the third round,
At least the return game has become more a bigger part of the game than what it was when they were trying to really eliminate it. So I guess I'd be kind of excited to see Thomas and Raymond as the two back guys on
yeah,
kickoff.
yeah,
I gotta think unless Thomas just absolutely floors everybody, that Raymond would be the punt returner just because we've seen what teams deal with when they don't have a good punt returner, a la Packers. Um, Plenty of people in our division. That's just too key of a position, I think, to turn over the reins right away. But if the kid shows explosiveness, good decision making, that's a possibility, right? Raymond's no spring chicken, but
no, no.
ooh, how do we feel about Arch Manning?
Hmm.
He's got the name.
So you beat me to it. I don't think I have an opinion on him just yet. But I know his pedigree, right? We
Yeah,
know his bloodline. The kid's gonna have to break out, right? He
yeah.
has to. He
I,
doesn't have a choice. It's destiny. It's his destiny.
yes. I think a lot of people are hoping that he's going to be a better pro quarterback than he was college quarterback.
Yeah.
So We'll see.
We'll
He will
see.
get
Time will tell.
drafted on name alone. So
Yes.
Micah was just pissed that Vandenberg broke his lifting record. Paul's coming in. Thomas was all SEC freshman for Mississippi State. He's not a bum. I'm not saying
Okay.
that he is. I just
Okay.
thinking might have been a reach. So in the end of the third round, when a lot of people had a sixth or seventh grade round grade on him. So, but if you see
But
somebody you like,
you go get them, right?
you get them.
But
Mm-hmm.
that is one thing that we seem to have learned the 2 nights of coverage that we did. Wherever people had people ranked, apparently the league's GMs didn't fucking see it that way.
No,
Shit was squirrely all both nights. Where you're like, wait, what? Wait, there's, wait, what? Now there's a tight end run. Now there's this, and it's like, what? We were kind of scratching our heads all night for everybody's picks, not just ours. The
yeah,
draft board fell way different than what the hell we thought.
yeah. I mean, you look at PFF rankings, you look at stick to the model rankings, you look at all these things, and the consensus this year was there was no consensus. Like
It,
this thing was just all over the freaking board.
yeah.
Nobody could predict anything. You had Ty Simpson going 13 to the Rams, who are in a win now mode. You had Caleb Banks, who everybody thought was going to be second round with injury concerns, go high to the Vikings, which for those guys, that's a boomer bust pick. Um, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyrod here. Hold on. Oh,
yeah, go
skip
ahead.
Tyrod.
Yep, sorry.
Uh, uh, do you mean like out of the draft? Current players? All time players? Just
More specific, please.
more specific, please, or otherwise I'll be talking for the next 45 minutes. I want to answer your question, but I want to know exactly.
hmm the Vikings need defensive help. They needed a ton of it, and they doubled down at D tackle, and they traded away one of their guys in the middle of the draft too. So, yep, both are true. He's a reach and not a bump. Praying he's not a repeat mistake.
Yeah,
I say,
because there's a pattern developing
mhm.
again, a la, a la Velus
Bayless.
Jones
Yeah,
and Tyler Scott. And I'm sure there's more that I forgot about. My
yeah.
favorite players in general. All right, my favorite player of all time, and this is going to be sacrilege for me to say on this show because I should be saying Walter Payton, but it's not. Barry Sanders,
Mm.
all-time favorite NFL player ever for me, Barry Sanders.
For me, I'm in the same boat. All time favorite player for me, Derek Thomas. Just one of those guys who helped revolutionize the linebacker position. But I'm a linebacker type of guy. I love my share of offensive linemen as well. All time favorite Bear, Walter Payton, Dick Butkus, Brian Urlacher, all guys that I truly enjoyed watching. Hell, I loved Anthony Thomas when they drafted him, rookie of the year. Unfortunately, he fizzled out fairly quickly. Um, I'm a Michigan fan, so a lot of my favorite guys came out of there. Charles Woodson, unfortunately, never got a chance to play with the Bears. Played with
Yeah.
that other team up north in the green and gold after he played with the Raiders. But yeah, so that's kind of where I was at. I was a 90s Chiefs fan back in the day with Neil Smith, Marty Schottenheimer, Gunther Cunningham, Derek Thomas, obviously, Christian Okoye, Joe Montana back in those days when he was wrapping up his career there. So, yeah. Are we worried about the Lions?
Oh, yes and no for me. Okay, yes and no. No, because you guys' arrow to me is pointing down. Not heavy, but last year was
Maybe
bumpy.
flat. Yeah.
but I am because you whooped our ass twice last season.
Mhm.
I mean, whooped our ass. I mean, belt to ass. Both games last year. So I don't care what kind of shitty season or not successful season you guys had last year. You whooped our ass. So am I worried? Yeah, but no.
Right now, it seems like the Lions are Ben Johnson's kryptonite, right?
Yes, yes.
So until they beat them, you have to be because that was two losses in the division, and
Yeah.
away we go. So that is, I think, on the to-do list and goals this year. You have to put beat the Lions on there. That's
Beat
got to
the
be
Lions.
one of the stepping stones for
Yeah. And it was
them.
the way that we lost, okay?
Yeah.
A belt to ass.
Even when the Bears were rolling at the end of the season, they had no answer.
No.
And that's where Nashawn Wright was officially exposed that he couldn't cover anybody over the middle of the field. That's where our lack of team speed was severely exposed.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
we couldn't cover anybody. We couldn't cover freaking crossers. We
Nope.
couldn't cover JMO.
No.
Nothing. Amon
Nothing.
Ra was running around, like he was a high
Fucking
schooler playing in a
Jerry
pee wee
Rice.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's, it. I think the Lions this year, my concern with them is what is the offensive line going to look like? Penei Sewell is supposed to jump over to left tackle. What does that look like? I think he's a great tackle. Is he going to be as good at left as he is at right? I'm I'm sure if I was in your shoes, I'd be saying, yeah. I just don't know. That's not an easy transition. Even if he's above average, though, guys will be okay. And then you're going to be starting a rookie at right tackle, which was a stalwart on that team that you never have to worry about. Well, this year now you do. So that could help deflate the run game a little bit. You lost David Montgomery. Um, the 1-2 punch is gone. Now, don't get me wrong, the one punch is pretty damn good over there. And then you have Jared Goff, which statistically had a great season. Maybe some of the explosives kind of disappeared, but I think we saw why they disappeared with Ben Johnson. So, and Noah says, "Nah, we're not worried about the Lions." All right,
All
let's
right,
get us
so
back on track here.
back on track.
So the next pick that we took was Malik Muhammad out of Texas, cornerback. I'll let you start here while I get his Raz going.
Yeah, from what I saw from him, I like because he's sticky in coverage. He plays with a lot of energy, man. He's really competitive, and I think he will fit our DB room good. After seeing some of his tape, definitely was like, oh yeah, he's gonna fit this DB room real nice. And honestly, we need depth since we had lost uh, what's our boy
Nashon.
Nashon, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we needed to definitely fill that slot, and the kid could come in and compete. I know he's going to be sitting behind Terrell Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And Terrell Smith might have a go at Tyreek's job because that before his injury, it was a season ender. He was nipping at Tyreek's job. So
Yeah. I tell you what, for where they got him, I mean, this is a quote unquote value pick, probably BPA situation. Um, I started looking into Malik during some of the mocks because he was hanging around in that fourth round. And as we started getting into it and finding out that cornerback might be more of a need, saw this. I really like this kid, man.
mhm.
Um, Long, rangy kid. Have his RAS score up 951,
Woo.
240. Good arm length, good vertical, good broad. So he's another explosive athlete. The agilities were good, not great. But I think this kid has a chance to compete for one of the top three spots, man. If not, that this might put Tyreek on notice. This is definitely a pick to where they're going to push Tyreek. Let's see what you can do in a contract year. And I can tell you what, if he doesn't do very well and Malik looks good, we might not be talking about Tyreek anymore, man. He might not get re-signed. Might be somebody that they let go.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, and that was evident because there were times last season where he's perfectly healthy and he should be on the field, but he wasn't. And you're
Mhm.
like, do the coaches not like him? Does he not fit the scheme? Is he not a team player? I mean, we've seen interviews with him with on Intercepted with Kevin Byard. He talked the mature game,
Yeah.
but for some reason, there he is standing on the sidelines and not on the field.
It
So,
definitely seemed like he found his way to the doghouse last year, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
So Brandon's checking in. He says Barry and Brown, Thomas's teammate, is also a good return man and a better wide receiver. He didn't go until round 6, which is he's kind of in the same boat where we're at. Why did Thomas go in 3? They reached after Zachariah Branch, former USC teammates, um, and he was taken at 79. Yeah, I mean, if you were looking for a straight wide receiver, there were definitely a ton of guys out there that were better. Just circling back to Thomas, but Malik, man, I'm excited about this pick. This pick to me, um, I give this pick an A based off where they got him and everything, and the measurables that he has. I think this was a sneaky good pick. I'm really surprised that he was there. We were pining for him at the end of the third when he was still sitting there. And then
yeah,
we ended up standing pat and it's kind of waiting it out. And then we ended up getting him around later. So
yeah,
Chad says Malik Muhammad is a solid pick. I was hoping Dallas would have drafted him with one of the 3 fourth round choices. So I think the Packers were looking at him as well. And that's why they ended up, doing what they had to do in order to get him.
yeah, yeah. So you gave him an A. I was gonna, I give him a solid B plus. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
solid B plus. I do like what he brings to that cornerback room. And again, Tyreek, you better tighten up, Tyreek.
Yeah. Could Tyreek see cross training at safety? He's a bigger body corner.
Yeah,
Um, is that a possibility and why they might have gone Malik here? I don't know. I mean, it seems like they have the pieces to really be able to move around the board and be super versatile on the back end, which might help them with maybe the lack of defensive line help that we got this year, or you know, in polls we trust with the master plan, maybe they're looking at next year's draft and saying D tackle will be loaded. Like
right.
we'll have our choices of top tier talent, hopefully at the back end of the first round.
Indeed.
But yeah,
Indeed.
Noah saying yeah, Packers lost out on Malik.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and this I'm excited to see this pick. The body type reminds me a lot of Nashawn, but he's a better athlete. He can open his hips. He can, hopefully cover somebody across the field, be a little
No,
bit faster.
he is.
Um,
So again, well, what I saw from him on tape, he's sticky in coverage, man.
yeah.
And like you said with Nashon, he couldn't turn his hips.
Mhm.
So crossers and ins and outs, like he can't turn his hips, so he's not sticky. He getting toasted.
Yeah. I think the Bears need to put a little bit of man weight on him. I think he's a little light right now.
Yeah,
At
and
a
he
buck
will.
82.
He will.
Yeah.
He'll put on some man weight soon.
Yeah, hit the weight room a little bit there. He didn't bench, so that tells me he might not be the strongest guy in the world.
Right.
So, but at 6 foot, a buck 82, yeah, They keep trolling us. Those cheeseheads better keep their mouth shut before they get graded again. Uh,
um,
James, West End musician, 100% great draft.
yep,
Okay, James.
hundred
So
percent.
James checking in. He liked every pick.
I mean, we've
So,
been given high grades so far, not 100% per se, but
mhm.
you know, really quick to Noah's point about the Packers. We were asked earlier if we were worried about the Lions, and we gave yes/no answers. Honestly, I think with the hearts that we ripped out of the Cheeseheads last season, going into this season, I'm not scared of you guys no more. I
No.
think we got that monkey off our back. Like we shook it off, and now the roles have reversed. It's you who need to beat us. That's what
Yeah.
needs to happen. That's the new energy around this rivalry now.
Rivalry renewed, right?
Absolutely.
100%. Hopefully, the Bears can go on a 10-15 year dominant run, flip the cards like they did against us for a while.
Hmm.
But the fact that we have a quarterback now
Yeah.
gives us a lot of hope that that's going to be the case here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. A quarterback who's better than their quarterback
mhm, exactly.
by a
Absolutely.
lot.
FGB, baby. Fuck the Packers. I'll say
Fuck the Packers.
it. All right. So, moving on.
Moving on. This was an interesting pick here. Was this pick coming up next an oops moment about Hippolyte last year? I don't know. Let's dig into this one. Go ahead, Widge.
Stealing my Facebook thunder, I see, huh? So Keyshawn Elliott, linebacker, Arizona State. Um, I'll be honest, I had to go and really dig into this kid because I did not look at him at all pre-draft. We had an inkling that they wanted, another linebacker. I think Anthony Hill Jr.'s top 30 was an indication that we'd be out there looking. So this kid, Keyshawn Elliott, for those who might not know, the best quote I heard about him while doing my research is that he bothers the coaches in the best way possible, so that he is a true student of the game in terms of, hey, coach, can we stay a little bit after practice? I want to go through this. I want to go through that. I have a few questions on this. So, a true student of the game. And wouldn't you know it, pretty damn athletic too.
Uh-huh.
Surprise, surprise. So as I'm pulling up his raz, I'll kick it back over to you here.
I did no homework on Keyshawn Elliott.
Mhm.
I didn't do any. I didn't know what RAS scores. That's what I knew.
Yes.
That's what I knew of Keyshawn Elliott was his RAS score.
So elite speed again, 4.58 as a linebacker. Most linebackers in this draft, anything below 4.6 was pretty much elite there. Fairly strong kid, 21 reps on the bench,
Okay.
6'1, 231. So I think if a lot of people would project him as a middle linebacker, might have to put on a few pounds. Another explosive kid, man, 38-inch vertical, 10 foot in the broad jump, pretty agile, ran a good shuttle. The three cone was good as well. So this kid, true student of the game. And like you said before, man, the first thing that came to mind when I saw him getting drafted was, is this the upgraded version of Ruben Hippolyte? And is Hippolyte now going to be fighting for a roster spot? Or
Yeah.
is he just going to be gone? So
So yeah, dude, he's gonna be fighting to make it to the fit on the 53.
I
Because
I, I truly believe so.
yeah, because what we did see of him was not good.
Hmm. No.
I think he got saved by his injury, or
I
they would
agree.
have benched him.
Hey, now 100% key player on special teams this year while developing.
Oh
I
hell
think
yeah,
he's going to take DeMarco Jackson's spot on special teams because DeMarco's going to be a starter this year.
that's right.
And then Hippolyte is going to be fighting for the 53. He might land up end up on the practice squad, he might just be gone,
Might just be
which
gone.
it would be another indictment on polls, I guess, in terms of the draft. That was the big head scratcher last year. It didn't come to fruition for him. Yeah, he was athletic as all get out, but I don't think Hippolyte was invited to the combine last year. I don't think he was ranked at all in terms of being drafted in the top 7 rounds. And then we took him with a fourth, like an athletic flyer, which was a head scratcher. But Keyshawn Elliott this year, one of his stats, 7 sacks this year. So tells me he's a pretty good blitzing linebacker.
He runs downhill. Good.
Yeah. Yep. James is saying difference between this draft and last year's the coaching staff's input. I think there were a few picks that definitely screened Ben Johnson when we looked at it, like the top two. DA, I don't think had any input. DA was like, no, get back to your corner, DA.
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to say last season, speaking of Ruben Hippolyte, might have been a Dennis Allen, like, hey, I like this kid. All right, we'll draft him. And then now, yeah, this year, yeah, sit down, DA. We got this. Okay. Grown men doing work over here. Tell you what, go make another coffee. Grab another Portillo's beef. We got catered. Let's go grab you another beef.
No. We love DA. Hopefully we love him a lot more with this defense being ranked a little bit higher this year.
Yeah, we like poking fun. That's how we show we love on this show. We poke fun. So no, yes. I do love DA. I'm just saying. What'd you say, James? He said
Loveland was
hell. Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Roush might have been too.
Yeah.
Full year of good, better, best. Poles is a yes man GM.
Was his downfall with the floose?
We try not to bring up that name around here, James. Yeah. I don't know if you're. I think you've been here before, I believe. But if not, we don't say that name around these parts.
I appreciate you abbreviating that because we do not say the full name here.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a swear jar. It's gonna be a buy me a coffee link, and anytime anybody says his name or Nagy's, or you got to give $1.
Or Waldron is $2.
Oh God, Waldron is. Oh God, you said it.
Yeah, I know.
Waldron's $2.
Yeah, those are names we do not repeat here. Maybe we'll put out the debate for the previous GMs, such as Pace and whatnot, as well, if they need to get added to the list. So,
so overall, Keyshawn Elliott, I'll give him a B. Like I said, I didn't dig in with this kid, but hearing that he had you added to this grade, so it was going to be a C or C plus. But 7 sacks, that shows me something. Again, downhill. The kid can get downhill and get to the quarterback. So probably going to be on special teamer, which is great. But if he ever makes it to the field, we'll see how he does. We'll get to see him in preseason, which is I love. Oh God, I'm itching for preseason.
Yeah, we want to see all the new toys, right? That's when we get to take them out of the box and play with them and all that good stuff. Can't wait to see it. Hey Now appreciates our swear jar, so just remember you got to abide by it. 47 years as a Bears fan, he's got a ton more names. All right,
more names.
Chad said enjoying the show, heading out for some breakfast tacos. I would leave us for breakfast tacos too, man. So don't worry. Hope you guys bookmark this show, revisit your grades, and update your overall view of the draft class in 2029 pre-draft show. Have a blessed day. You too, Chad. Thank you for checking back in, brother. Keyshawn Johnson. Wow, where'd that come from? Keyshawn Elliott. I agree. He's probably going to be a core special teamer. We'll see what he has. It's another depth piece. Noah Sewell still got the Achilles, so he might see a little bit of rotational snaps. And if he is a true student of the game and he develops maybe like a DeMarco Jackson did, he might be a future green dot wearer. You know,
Sure.
we have a pretty rich history at linebacker for the Bears. Let's see if he can insert himself as one of those guys. And this is another one of those guys when you look at the interviews, he just loves football. It's why we talked about the coaches saying that, you know, they bothered him in the best way possible. Um, James didn't like the draft, extremely disappointed from this draft. We're trying to help talk you back off the ledge, James. So come on in.
Yeah.
Our initial reaction was the same though.
Yes, I wanted to say that. Go ahead, Wedge.
Yeah, but as you step back and you remove yourself from where players got drafted and you just look at the players, James, I challenge you to do that and then you'll start feeling a little bit better about this draft. And listen, man, in previous years when we didn't have a coach that could develop people or get the best out of people or have a staff that was just all over the board, I would have been more concerned. But this draft and the way that these coaches develop and invest in their players, this is going to be something where I think we see more starters coming out of this draft than what we originally anticipated. We all know that Thieleman's going to be a starter. You step back and you look at it. Jones, worst case scenario, a year in, he's going to be a starter. Sam Roush is going to see probably 30% of the snaps as the third tight end. So he's going to be a huge contributor. Zion Thomas, wild card. We don't know.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Elliott, don't know. Malik Muhammad, probably in the top 3 or 4 rotation in there. Could, if he has a good year, could push for DB2, and Tyreek might not be with us. So we'll see, man. So I challenge you to take a step back, remove the rounds from the players, and just list the players on a piece of paper and look at their attributes. And then you'll start feeling a little bit better about it, man. But I can't fault you for what you're feeling. If you watched the show on Friday night, you would have seen the same reaction for both of us.
We
So
were, yeah, I was going to say, I guess you weren't here the second night. We were losing our minds. Okay. There was an angry 40-minute rant at the end of the show. And so we were right where you're at right now. So you got to,
yeah,
James, you're holding on. You got
the
to let
first
it,
step is
let it
acceptance.
go. Let it go. Let it go.
Transpired. At least we got White Lightning, white boy from Oregon.
At least we got the white boy from Oregon.
James, development of players has nothing to do with the draft. If these coaches are good at developing players, they could develop a D end as well as they develop a wide receiver. You got to pick one first, but
You have to pick one to develop one,
yeah.
which we're getting to, actually.
hmm Year one, DA and Ben Johnson didn't have all the right players they wanted for their scheme. Year two is better.
Year two will be
True.
better.
There is a vision there. You see it in terms of the amount of speed that they added to this team. Ben Johnson wants overall team speed, and that's what we ended up going for. We've been bringing up these RAS scores, and the overall theme here is that they're all uber athletic.
Right. The RAS scores are so damn high.
Yeah. Osmonics, kind of echoing what we're saying. Day one, A, day two, D, day three is an A. That's the best way to grade this draft. Mm-hmm. Kyle, the Bears fan, thank you for stopping back with us, Kyle. I wish they would have developed a more aggressive draft strategy. Good morning, gents.
Good morning, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
for coming by.
there were a ton of trades in this draft. And it didn't seem like it took a whole lot to have to move up. We talked about that before the draft, where we thought that that might be the case, which also I think was an indicator of what this draft was. Everybody thought that this draft was not very deep at all. So you looked at a couple of the teams, shoot, like Indiana, San Francisco, they only had like 3 or 4 picks in the entire draft, and they were good with it.
Yeah.
I think you saw a lot of people just trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
Booker put on 20 pounds of muscles, 14 sacks incoming.
Let's go.
I saw the pictures of Booker the other day, and the dude has put on some serious man weight.
Wow.
Let's hope that that translates over.
Yeah.
Look, they're going to roll into this year with Sweat, Booker, obvious 1 and 2 here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Dio returns to anything that can contribute. And then on the interior, you have just a ton of rotational guys that are all good but not great. And that's how they're attacking it this year until they could get some type of a game changer. I do foresee a free agent coming in. I do see a more aggressive approach coming next year because next year's draft's supposed to be loaded. But it doesn't make us feel any better about it this year, that's for sure.
Right. Yep.
Kyle says, I do have a lot of faith in Booker. He was solid for the rawness before. Let's hope he can take a huge step forward. The
He kind
Bears
of
are
needs
banking
to.
on it. Yeah.
Doesn't he need to? Is
Yeah.
this a contract year for him?
No, oh, good question. I think he has one more. I could be wrong. And hey, now Sweat has to produce. Yeah, everybody was like, oh man, he had double-digit sacks last year. Was that the quietest 10 sack season that you've ever seen? In my opinion, yes, it was. So, but it's going to be a rotational type of thing, man. Let's see what Dio can do. None of us are feeling too great about it with the simple fact that he didn't do anything coming in perfectly healthy last year.
And there he is.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Burr, Detroit versus everybody.
Good morning, sir. How you doing up there? Doing all right? Having a good morning. Thanks for coming by. Busting our balls. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit
My
versus
biggest
everybody.
my question to the Lions fan is, how did you guys feel about trading up for Derek Moore? I like Derek Moore as a prospect. I just, again, that was one of those things where he might have been taken a little bit higher, but we saw people move to get their guy. Osmonic, my concern at the end is injury. If either of those get injured, we're in for a long year. Agreed. And James, now we get to talk about Vandenberg. Let's go. Yeah, this was an interesting pick to me, man. Knew nothing about the kid, and then as I started doing the homework on him, this kid is just a good kid. Another kid who just loves to play football and an athletic freak. As out of all the D tackles that have RAS scores, 1 through 11,000 or whatever it is, where do you think he rated in the overall RAS for a D tackle?
Whoa. You're
Number
setting me
wise.
up.
Yeah.
You're setting me up. And I'm gonna come in for the spike. Is he the number one RAS score rated player on DT?
You are one number off.
Oh, I missed it.
I mean, you still got it. It was a liner. So
he was
number
2.
2 all time.
Wow.
Yes. Don Burr himself in the chat. Yes.
Gracing us with his presence. Thank you, Don Burr.
Hope to see something out of Shamar Turner. 100%.
We all do. And again, because maybe we didn't attack D line so aggressively. Again, Ryan Poles must know stuff about him that we don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love him. Went to 3G Tech games this year, and he is an absolute football player.
That's what we need.
You go to our Facebook page, and if you haven't joined the page, I suggest you do that. I posted the series where he had 3 straight plays on the goal line where he absolutely dominated 3 snaps in a row to where he was pushing the center 2 to 3 yards in the backfield, causing the running back to have to make a cut 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone and kept him out. And the center, by the way, was drafted, I think, in the 5th or 6th round of this year's NFL draft. So an NFL talented center. Um, he's very athletic. I don't understand why he dropped that far. Competition level doesn't seem to explain it. Strength in the NFL is king, not speed, but strength and first step are crazy. And that is 100% the 2 biggest things about this kid is his strength and his first step
His
quickness.
get off.
Mhm.
Yes.
Which Dexter does not have really either of those. He's a pretty strong kid, but he's
Big,
slow
strong
as
kid,
shit.
but
So
slow. No get off.
so let's bring up Mr. Vandenberg's RAS
Oh,
score here. Perfect 10.
so we did this months ago when we were just scratching the surface on the kids coming out in this draft. Remember, we looked at all of the NFL's RAS scores being a 10.
Yeah.
This kid's in some good company.
Yep. You would have thought somebody would have taken him before round 6. Athletic freak doesn't mean anything. Football player is a totally different subject than athletic freak.
For
We
sure.
saw that with that one Oregon guy who was an absolute athletic freak who was a huge bust.
Yeah, athletic freak does not mean it translates to the game of football. Agreed.
James Christo, man, he's all in his feels right now, man. He's
Proven
saying Poles
fraud.
is a proven fraud.
Yikes. Yikes.
Okay.
Yikes. Shots fired. Shots
Yeah.
fired.
We don't have any questions on where you stand here, James. Your point has come across very clear. We're going to be here to try to get you to, see both sides of the coin, as they say. Um, we're coming for everyone in the NFC North, the entire NFL. The great Don Burr brought his Lions buddies with him. Yeah, Don, you had another Detroit fan earlier that you might have missed out. At James, we saw that with Anthony Richardson for sure. Yeah, athletic freak, just not a good football player.
Yep.
The difference, I think, with some of these other athletic freaks compared to Vandenberg loves to play football. Anthony Richardson, you can't convince me of that. Um, this kid, you talk to him, you see him. He's from South Africa originally. His parents came over. He used his NIL money to buy a laundromat. I mean, just
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it kind of the rags to riches type of story. He comes from a super athletic family. I think he said that his grandfather competed against Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mr. Olympia and then finished 6th in that same contest that Arnold won. His mom was like a Olympic type of swimmer, and this kid just kept getting bigger and bigger. 35 reps on the freaking bench. So I think the highest was 37 because I knew this kid was 2 less than whoever had the highest bench. So dude strong as an ox, quick, 4.94 in the 40, super explosive for D lineman, ran the shuttle, has good change of direction. This could be one of those really sneaky, really good picks that you might not expect to contribute, but based on how some of our other D linemen play,
He's got a real shot.
he's got a shot. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and transpired, he's another white dude. So, the next Richard Dent might be exaggerating, but he did stand out. So, says You draft Sam Roush when you have Romello Height available. Are you a complete idiot? In my book, maybe they didn't like the kid. I don't know. James, I'm starting to think you're not a Bears fan. What team do you truly represent, brother? So I agree with you 100% here, though. All those numbers don't mean shit. I'll say what you wanted to say. Production on the field is what counts.
Absolutely.
Um, James is saying my favorite play I saw Jordan make was him penetrating, recognizing the running back screen, and running down the running back for um, at the line of scrimmage for a loss. I'm guessing so. Jay Grizz, bear down, baby.
Jay Grizz, bear down. Thank you so much for popping in.
Noah's kind of thinking what I'm thinking. James is a Packers fan.
He's a something fan. I don't know though. You have to be careful because look,
Yeah.
I'm out there in the weeds in Twitter all the time, and sometimes Bears fans can be like really loathsome towards the organization and the GMs, and I get it. I've been there. I've been to those dark corners of my mind.
What did you call Bears fans? What type of issue do we have? Because we've been
Stock,
disappointed for so long.
it's Stockholm. It's
Okay.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Barlissimo. Good to see you, brother. I know Barlissimo. He gets around.
All right, barely
Barlissimo
small.
knows,
Welcome, welcome.
and he knows ball.
Malik
Barlissimo
Muhammad and
knows
Jordan
ball.
Vandenberg have the same short shuttle, and it's good for a cornerback. Good point, brother. Very good point.
Thank you for joining, Barlissimo. If you would grace us with a sub. Anybody's new to the show, sub to the channel. Please come back anytime. We go live every Wednesday night, Sunday morning, every week like clockwork. And this is what we do. We cover the Bears. It's the Everything Bears show.
Mm-hmm.
Barlissimo, I'm a tart. We'll get to the comment in a second.
Yeah.
All right.
So the 49er GM likes the kid, and our genius GM doesn't. Last time I checked, 49ers have won a lot more games than we have. James welcomes you in. Barely Simone with the win. James, you must be a great guy. Yeah, we are Stockholm Syndrome captives.
Yeah.
James, I'm a diehard Bears fan before you were even born. I don't know, man. I
Oh,
think you'll be
okay.
surprised how old we actually are. So,
Yeah. So there's that.
yeah.
But maybe I don't know. We could, they're boomers on YouTube. It
Mm-hmm.
happens.
Yeah. I'm a tart. Noah says, hey, barely Simone. James, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll see. Is it the D lineman we wanted? No, it's not. Is it the if he had a first round grade on him and we took him in the first round, would we be happy? Of course we would, because it was a D lineman. The $1,000,000 question for me is does this guy have pass rushing moves? Or can he develop into a pass rusher? So
Let's see. I'll let James defend himself here. This fact that I don't agree with Ryan Poles doesn't make me less of a fan. I understood.
yeah,
Understood. And we
just
get it
poking a little
though.
fun.
Yeah, we're just poking fun. But no, we do get it. You can be critical. You should tune into some of my other shows. I'm critical on a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that I hate the things. You're just being,
Right.
using your critical thought and being a free thinker, which we appreciate.
Mhm. And we
But man,
like all points of views, man. So
let's see. I'll be put out in all 22 on the White Rhino.
the
Jordan
white
BBD this week. Love
rhino.
him. Nice. I'll be tuning in. I believe I
Yes.
already subbed to your channel, Barlissimo. I believe I'm a subscriber already.
I
So
will
yeah.
love to see the all 22 of the white rhino. I absolutely love that nickname.
Let's see. James Weston, musician, says I got to change my name. James to something else now. The other James is embarrassing me. Jay Grizz. I think Ben Johnson looks at like this Caleb And this, wait, did I read that right? This, like,
I
oh,
think
I think
Ben
AJ
Johnson
looks
looks at
like
it like
this.
this,
Yeah. Caleb and
comma.
this offense will sustain drives and put up touchdowns and not field goals. So opponents will have to work to score to keep up with us. And with our team speed on D, that will be hard for our opponents to do. I agree with that. I think we said that like during night 2 of the draft when we were like, so our offense is going to come right out of the gates strong. Not like last season where it took them like 2-3 quarters to warm up. No, now they're going to have command of the offense, and yeah, we're going to be averaging 30 points a game minimum. And so, right, we're going to be putting other teams against the ropes of like, no, you got to keep up with us. That's what's going to happen. So, definitely agree with that.
Barely Smo says if Jordan went to Georgia, not Georgia Tech, he wouldn't even last till round 2.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah. Um,
Yeah, Jason brings up a good question right here.
I tell you what, man, I love the fact that unfortunately we're running out of time for
No, no. Well, you
this
got
show.
somewhere to be. You got
Yeah,
somewhere to
no,
be.
no, I don't. But I mean, we signed a bunch of them. I love the fact that we signed a kicker.
I do love the fact that we brought in a kicker.
Yeah,
Yes.
kicker from San Diego State. I was very pleased. I was like, man, we better see somebody here. So, um, Noah James, I've been a Bears fan since Cordell Stewart was our quarterback. I just don't like that strategy. If that's the case, that's a Bengal strategy. Uh, I've watched Barnett play at least 7 times, not at O tackle, but could have been a very good guard. Yeah. Hey, now you guys are my new Sunday morning mass. Well, welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Uh, so in the off season, we go at 10. During the season, we go an hour earlier. We like to get on before the pre games, and let's be honest, we're fans too, so we got to set up and get ready.
Correct.
Now, this year's going to be interesting because the Bears might not have as many noon games as we're used to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We bounce around. So we typically will do a Sunday morning show, kind of a prediction show, and then we go live on Wednesdays as well, where we do a recap show. We're trying to keep the same schedule during the off season as well, just to get you guys in a little bit of a rhythm. Helps keep us sharp too. And that just says, laugh out loud. Another Bears networks, Barlissimo is considered as not a Bears fan too.
What? Oh, you mean according to other people?
Yeah.
He's a Bears fan. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Jake Grizz.
Some of those other networks are a little less forgiving or understanding. I'll say.
Yeah. Jason saying he's not good. The kicker, that is. I was kind of looking at his stats too. I wasn't overly impressed. Long of like 50 to 53. I was like, really? This is the guy we bring in? But who knows? He might have a bigger leg. Might not have had the chance to kick before.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Think about that. Barely Simo's comment. He just popped in. He's regularly up at 4 a.m. his time for Bears primetime games because he's across the pond.
I see. So, Barely Smo, did you go to the game then when they were in London a couple years back? I guess you don't agree with your GM's decision. It makes you not a Bears fan.
No, stop it. We already put that to bed.
Yeah. Kyle, the Bears fan, I feel the Bears back 7-9 is much better than the Bengals. You guys think Ryan Pace was a good GM also since he drafted Trubisky instead of Mahomes?
No, so actually Ryan Pace is another name. You need to put another dollar in the
swear jar. The swear jar. We don't talk about him either.
No.
You could say a lot of things about us, but Ryan Pace fans is not one of those. We do not like Shane Waldron. We did not like Eberflus. So, just so you know where we stand.
Yeah. So, like, picture the Bears organization as a big giant dumpster fire. Well, when Ryan Pace came in, he came in with 2 gallons of gasoline. That's what he
It
did. And
just
then he just walked away and didn't leave us with shit that Ryan Poles had to try to fix and get right, which took him a couple of off seasons to do.
mm. Barely Smo says, "I'll talk Bears ball all day with anyone. Try me."
I would love to. Maybe one day if we invite you on the show, would you come on? I'd love to have Barlissimo on the show. Come on.
Yeah,
It's Barlissimo.
I've been to every Bears game in London. All right, man. All right.
Nice. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm like, he's probably
So,
been to them all.
one of the biggest things that was kind of shocking for me is that the Bears are one of the top two um, overseas teams that people follow. One of the top two.
Yeah.
Um, is that stemming from the '85 Bears? Barlissimo, I'd love to hear a little bit of that backstory. Is that kind of where you got into him? Was it something that you picked up later in life, or has kind of what was your take with the NFL expanding overseas? Is that what got you into it, or are you originally from here, type of thing? How did you get into it? I'd love to hear that story. I'd be
That would be a
curious.
very pretty cool.
Mhm.
That would be a very cool story.
And if it's a long story, maybe that's something that we could carve out some time at some point. If you want to come on and tell your story, I'd be all for it. So,
Hell yeah. Because I would definitely want to know how does somebody, if they were born and raised in London or in UK,
mhm,
how the heck do you become a Bears fan? Because I do know this as being a Bears fan, born and raised in Chicago. I understand now as a grown adult. I'm 48 years old. That there's Bears fans worldwide,
yeah.
like worldwide, and it's like, damn, okay, how does this happen? I want to know.
I tell you, man, I live in Wisconsin now. I grew up in the city in Chicago, but live in Wisconsin, and I see the Bears jerseys all over while I'm up here. You're amongst friends, even up here, and I live 45 minutes away from Lambeau Field. And I still see tons of people. I tell you what, as you like when I go and work in Madison, which is fairly close to the border, the prevalent Bears fans down there is even greater.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just permeates everywhere. It's just one of those charter franchises that
Yes.
everybody's followed from a certain point in time, whether it was the '85 Bears or whether it was Walter Payton or Dick Butkus, or, that's just kind of what draws you in and you keep following from there. It's the definition of being a fan, right?
Yep. Gav, welcome, sir. Welcome. Says, well done, Ben. Lions are bottom dwellers. Lions fans are super pissed off at our draft. Good.
That's two that have said that. Noah said the same thing. Uh, Gav, if you want to be one of our resident spies, please, you're invited to that role. You could take that mantle up with Noah, and you guys could just start trolling other chats for us.
Oh.
What do you know about White? We talking undrafted free agents here?
I don't see him on the list because I do have the UDFAs pulled up. I don't see White, but that doesn't mean that it's not a guy.
Yeah. Jaron
We got to keep up
Crump,
with some of these
Caden
comments. You guys are
Barnett.
rolling in. This is great. Some of these fans don't remember everyone made fun of the Bears drafting a bad DB and a good returner in the second. He's a Hall
Mhm,
of Famer now. Well, that's what's so great about the draft. Every one of these picks, all these kids who got drafted all night by all the teams, you don't know. We
mhm.
don't know. Unless you got some kind of crystal ball, you don't know what they're going to turn into. You have no idea. It's environment, it's coaching, it's the kids' work ethic, it's luck. Okay, luck is a part of that. I mean, all these different factors, and that's what makes this game so beautiful.
So I'm thinking he's talking about Squirrel, right? White. Um, Florida State Seminoles wide receiver with a name like Squirrel. Why not, man? He's in. 5'10", 170. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
5'10", 170.
Yeah. So another kind of slot, prototypical type of guy. Um, I'm guessing might have been hurt last year. 5 grabs, 52 yards, no touchdowns, but every year before that, um, his best year was in 2023. 67 balls, 800 yards, 2 touchdowns with a long of 83. Wow.
Yeah. Let me address this really quick, James. I was in the keep Justin camp. But let me set some straight. I'm a Bears fan at the end of the day, and when they made the decision to get rid of him and drafted Caleb, you know who I rooted for? Fucking Caleb,
Yeah.
because I'm a Bears fan. I'm not a Justin Fields fan, and I'm not an NFL GM either. So me thinking of keeping Justin and building around him, that was my strategy. But see, I'm not a GM in the NFL, so what the fuck do I know? I just like covering the team and love talking about the Bears. But when they drafted Caleb, I was cheering for Caleb to do well. I'm not one of these Justin lovers who still persist that Caleb's a bust. He's gonna be a bust and the whole shit and just hate on Caleb because I loved Justin so damn much. Let's see. Oh, Bearlissimo tells us where I live is 12 miles outside of Birmingham, second city of England, twin sister city with Chicago. Oh,
Okay, okay.
all right, all right. Let's see, James, how many DLs has Ryan Post drafted in the first 3 rounds since he's been our GM? Yeah,
Oh,
there's the
Dexter.
answer.
No, that
Oh,
might have
there
been
was.
more more than 3. Oh, so Dexter, I think, would be 1, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, but just in general, that's a fair point because
yeah.
he has favored like DBs
Mhm.
and
Skill
other
positions, quote unquote.
skill positions, right? So, I mean, so it's a fair critique on Ryan Poles. I'm not going to defend him too much on that. He has had a draft style, if you will. Um, so yeah, I can't say nothing bad about what you're saying.
No, facts are facts, right there.
Facts are facts, baby. Just call balls and
Yeah,
strikes. Just call balls and strikes.
yeah. He's definitely kind of set the tone that he's more comfortable drafting offensive linemen than defensive. That's for sure.
A little bit more from Berlissimo. Let's see. My brother played semi pro ball. He's an older brother. And you started watching in around 83, 84.
Okay.
Loved the Bears D, smashing everyone. Yeah, that defense was woof. The best. Like the best.
Yeah.
So nice. Okay.
So
Nice,
just bringing up the
Berlissimo.
last few
Nice.
drafts for Ryan Poles, just to count to make sure I was not thinking incorrectly. Poles have selected 2 defensive linemen, I think, here in the draft. Let me just double check that on the fly here.
And it was Jervon Dexter and Zach Pickens.
Yes, correct. Yep, both in the same year. Yep.
Yeah. Back to back.
Hmm.
Let's see, James. You got friends that are Bears fans in England, Ireland, and Germany. We're everywhere, baby. We're
Hmm.
everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, Berlissimo, and it was an easy choice for me. You know what that says a lot about your character, Berlissimo, because as somebody said earlier in the comments, just a few comments ago, because the Bears have been so awful for so long, you stuck with it.
Yeah.
You stuck with it. You remained a diehard Bears fan, and then even when took it a step further and said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a content creator for this terrible organization that keeps giving us mediocrity or less year after year. That says something about a person. That's, I threw my hat in the ring too because, I mean, I love the Bears. I love talking about the Bears. When it's football season, I consume nothing but Bears. 24 hours a day. Well, barely small, like I said. I sub to your channel. I sub to everybody else's channels. I can't get enough Bears content. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring. So that's awesome. Let's see, Jay Grizz, and that's with Bears only having one
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Imagine how many fans will gain when the Bears. Oh my God, it's gonna be off the chain. It's literally gonna be off the chain. and I'll and this is testament. I subscribed to the Chicago Bears official YouTube channel years ago. They had like 18,000 subscribers when I subscribed to their channel. They're over 300K now. And that growth has come with the drafting of Caleb Williams, and then it grew even more when they brought in Ben Johnson. So Jay Gritz, 1,000% correct. If we win the Super Bowl, it's going to be ridiculous.
Mhm.
Bears fans everywhere. There's going to even be fakesters running around, bandwagoners jumping on and buying Bears jerseys. It's going to be a glorious, glorious day.
Didn't we see kind of a precursor to that with Caleb Williams at the beginning of last year? We're
Uh-huh.
on this show defending Caleb Williams. We
Right.
had to defend Caleb Williams for the first 8 weeks of the freaking season.
So James knows a little bit about what goes on there. Yeah. Those fake 100 network did you wrong, man. Yeah, that's who I was talking about if you didn't get my subtle comment. That's
Yeah.
exactly who I was talking about. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Squirrel or white. Yeah. Squirrel.
here is my line. ESPN versus Score. I'm a Score guy.
Some of the guys on the score were just
Oh, the
bug me.
afternoon Bernstein. Fuck
Yeah.
him. Fuck Bernstein. I'm not a big Lawrence Holmes guy. I like Mully and Hall. That's
Yeah.
who I like. Those are my guys. I listen to them bright and early in the morning when I'm getting ready for work on Victory Monday, and they bring in Olin. I love the segment with Olin.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but
Sylvie.
I like David Kaplan. I like Sylvie and them too.
mm,
But I am a Score guy.
Sylvie, for some reason, I don't know if it's just his look or what, but he could get on my fucking nerves too.
Well, he
And
has some
I don't know
goofy
what.
takes, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes he really
Sometimes I'm
does.
like, dude, what the what? But hey, that's why you get to do this, right? You can put out your opinion there, and then people can either agree with you and you talk that way, or they disagree with you and you defend yourself that way. I mean, that's the whole point of this platform, is it not?
Yes. Gav says Howie Roseman seems to know exactly what they turn into. Getting Uar Bernard.
So
So
smart, yeah.
smart, Howie. Yeah.
300 pounds, 6% body fat.
Just, that's Mr. Bionic, right? That's the guy I
Yeah,
looked up. Yeah.
yeah. It's he came out onto the stage and I felt like his hand could have like easily palmed like two people's heads. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just a mountain of a person.
Oh, Gaff says, remember I told you guys months ago, I
Yeah,
told you guys about Uard. That was you. That made me, and I looked him up and I was like, holy shit.
yeah,
Uh, that's Jordan VDB.
yeah. The
Michael
white rhino.
Parsons, White Rhino. Michael Parsons never shuts up. Yeah, like I said, man, he kind of just was like, I don't know, a little off putting what he did for that kid's moment. Here is my line on how I handle fellow Bears fans. AM 1000 or 670. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was always 670 for me, but now
I
they're
mean,
104.3 now.
yeah.
They're on FM. Good for them.
I mean, when we were growing up, it was obviously WGN 720 and 104.3 was the freaking oldie station. So,
Glad I subbed to you guys. Notifications on. Thank you, James. Thank you so much, man.
mhm.
Space Ghost. Space Ghost. I love Space Ghost. Uh Z volume too low? Are volumes too low? Are we quiet, guys? I didn't change anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Maybe.
little volume button on the side of your phone. Space Ghost, you got to hit the button.
Just hit the thing, man. Use the slider if you're an Apple guy.
So James says, exactly. That's one of my reasons Ryan Poles is a fraud. He doesn't know how to evaluate talent. Odunze over Verse is an example. So I do hear this argument, and I don't hate the argument about his defensive line evaluation. He doesn't know how to
Yeah.
evaluate that. But Odunze versus Verse is kind of like a. You can think about the draft, think about the timing. He was drafting a quarterback, Caleb, and he wanted to pair him with somebody who was also a beast who can grow with them. He couldn't grow with Verse. Now, Verse absolutely is a monster, and he would have added to this defense
Oh,
tremendously.
yeah.
But that means a Dunze ain't shit because Verse is, good. I just, James, please. Good points, though. Valid points.
Right. And you can also go back to every draft and every team and say, hey, you should have taken this person versus that person. Um,
Packers spent 4 years. Yeah, right. Blew a lot of money on him.
where's
Right, because
Pickens?
where's Pickens now? He's probably bagging groceries somewhere.
Hmm.
Let's see. One of one sports. Morning. How you doing? Malik Muhammad will be a sleeper steal this year's draft class. We could see that potential. He
Yeah.
was very, very good corner for Texas and for the past 2 seasons. Yeah, we agree that he's
Yeah.
absolutely could make a mark on his D.
I definitely think he's the upgraded version of Nashon, right? That body style and just watching the tape. I was like, man, I've seen this before. It's Nashon Wright who can run and be fluid. It's a better athlete.
Gav says this is Ben's draft. Blocking tight end, faster receiver to push the top, potentially the best safety in the draft, and good deep, defensive line. Smells like Ben. I think they
Yeah.
work really close with each other. I think they work really close with each other. Um,
I am 100% with you here, James. I
yeah,
bet Dexter won't be extended after this season. Agreed. It's just not enough of an impact. Honestly, I was hoping that they would have traded him and gotten something. And maybe they didn't because it doesn't seem like they liked a whole lot of people in this draft. And we saw it. They didn't like the D tackle class, they didn't like the edge class. So hopefully, the master plan is next year is going to be 10 times better in both, but remains to be seen.
damn, Barelissimo, you were at 7K on X, and your account got hacked.
Damn.
So you had to start over. Now you're less than 100 followers, and you're at 2K subs on YouTube. Damn. Yo, here we go. We got a little bit of a story. I left TTNL with agreement from both for family reasons, and Phil took it personally. He just needs to move on. A little bit.
Yeah.
I've heard them whisper your name before on the show where I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But there's certain like behaviors from those two that are just a little too like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to start an argument or a big fight, but there is a certain amount of like, see, we have James in here, and James is voicing his opinion. If he did this on TTNL, he'd get cursed out.
Mhm.
Get the fuck out of here. Go fucking somewhere else. That and when I saw that, because I actually literally saw that, I was like, ooh, don't do that. It's,
Yeah.
it's not a very inviting place to talk sports. People are gonna have different opinions, man. It's normal. It's okay to have a different opinion. It is. You fucking curse somebody out and tell them to get the fuck out of your chat. It's like, okay, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Sylvia. Maybe that's what it is, man.
So
Maybe
it
it's
is
just
his.
the voice.
It's his voice too. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is Ben Johnson's team, and every draft will reflect that. Yeah, and it should, right? I mean, the guy's the mastermind. He's the evil genius in the laboratory. You want to get him his ingredients, right? So he can keep cooking? Absolutely. James, if it's near and I can get out, I'd love to. Yeah, because James is playing a gig out by his way.
Hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Get your
Get you a
free
free
ticket.
ticket.
Yeah.
Excellent. See, we're
Hooking it
making
up.
connections on the Everything Bear show.
Yeah. Too low.
Too low, man. And my phone is up all the way, dude. Damn. I don't know. It's nobody else. Can somebody else help vouch for Space Ghost? Are we too quiet? Do we like need to turn our microphones up or something? Because inside of our streaming platform, it doesn't have like a master
Volume or
turner
anything. Yeah.
uppers. It's
Turn her
already
up.
like it's already set at a level that's deemed good for YouTube.
Hmm.
So I could turn up my mic though, but I don't want to start clipping because then
Yeah.
my voice quality just sounds like ass. James, nope, it means you draft the most important position before the secondary position. Quarterback, DN, left tackle are the primary positions. I agree with that.
You've been honking this horn for a while, right? The three pillars.
That's my
QB,
trinity.
yeah. DN left tackle. We talked about it. We feel pretty comfortable the QB's in place. Before Trapillo went down, we were feeling that very well could be before this draft started or as we were going into it, before Trapillo had the patellar. Right, man. Now all we need is that one big piece at DN. And Montez Sweat is not the main piece or that main pillar to cover DN. Is he good? I'll give him that. Is he game changing? No. Let's just be honest.
Right. And Jay Grizz, no, you're right. Because I'm kind of the same. I think the same because there's Luther Burden right there. This is Rome's year. Like, you
Mhm.
better.
Put up or shut up. Yeah.
It's put up or shut up time, Rome. Did you guys watch the press conference yet? Yeah, I did. This is Ben's team and Ryan. Did you get those vibes too, man? As I'm watching the presser, Pulse answers the first couple little questions and whatnot, and then Ben just takes over. And even Ryan's kind of sitting there with his water, kind of like, well, I guess I'll just lean to the side and shut up because Ben Johnson just took it over.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's cool. So it wasn't just me who saw that, Jay Chris. And by the way, I wanted Verse over Rome too. Okay. If you think this was bad picks, the real Ricky Bobby. Welcome, welcome. If you think this was
Ricky
bad picks,
Boopy.
you don't know ball at all. You said it. You said it, Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right.
All right. James, they didn't like a lot of people in this draft because they don't know how to evaluate defensive line.
He's starting to build the history there. It might be tough to start denying that. I mean, the history is there. So,
He said, dude, for the longest, they shit talked me every week. I let it wash off. They seem to be okay with me now. Yeah, time heals everything.
mhm.
Time heals everything. Uh,
Nobody's allowed to have an opinion. That's not mine.
so there's too much of that in society now. And in the links below, I'm telling you, subscribe to my other channel, the Book of Ezra. Come see me on Thursdays and Saturday nights. Yeah,
Mhm.
society is starting to shape up like that way too much where there can't be a free exchange of ideas. And if you have an idea and my idea is different, well, let's take it to the table and mash this out.
No, that's
Doesn't
not
have
how we do it now.
No,
Now
that's
we
not how
just
we
pull
do
a
it.
gun and shoot you. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's fuck you. Fucking
Uh,
racist, misogynistic, fucking all the phobics, and turns into that shit real fast.
yeah.
James, let's see. But I have to give you guys credit. You talk more about football than about yourselves and how smart you are. So I don't like that either, man, because
Yeah.
that's kind of something you get on other networks as well. Is that they're the final word. They know everything, and you are just an idiot who can't form your own fucking opinions. I mean, I don't work my life like that. That's not how it's supposed to be ran. Everybody has their ideas and their own modes and their own mindsets, and bring it to the table. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit condescending and distasteful over there. Agreed. TTNL spends a whole show talking about how dumb the other shows are, and that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes,
Mhm.
and it's just like, yeah, I don't. I'll pass. I'll go check out CHGO. We will have the best run blocking team in the league. We got a wide receiver that can play any position at wideout and can take snaps at running back. The dude ran a 4.2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Wedge brought that up earlier, too. Like, you could use this kid for there, possibly. What'd you say? He might take DJ's snaps that he had at
Yeah.
running back or reverses.
Yeah. He's going to be first year. That's how he's going to get on the field. He's going to run the gadget plays, special team contributor. Based off of the dude's speed, we might see a few more bubble screens or slip screens this year, huh?
It's a pity because Phil really does know ball, but some people need validation in an echo chamber and some don't.
Phil and Shane are okay. They don't upset or bother me. And Shane just lost his dad. Eh.
Did he? Damn it. That sucks.
And
That
none of us are
sucks.
perfect, right? Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, no.
So on the yes.
Right.
I've watched most of it. I didn't we're gonna have to probably queue that up at some point and do a combination of GM coach speak. That would
I
be outstanding.
yes.
I definitely think we have a few content things that we could talk about on Wednesday.
So since there's like 80 of you here, I want to explain really quick. During the season on the show, on Wednesday show, we're reviewing the game from Sunday. We do a segment called Coach Speak. And basically what it is we watch the press conference, we put it up on the screen, and Ben gets answered a question, we let him answer it. Well, then we pause it, and then we'll actually go into character and tell you what he really meant by what he
Yeah.
said.
Or what he really wanted to say. Yes.
Right. And so it comes off, it's very satirical. If you guys do subscribe to the channel, later on your own leisure, go to our shorts and you'll see a bunch of our Coach Speak
Mhm.
bits because I put them on there. And
They're
if you
very enjoyable to do too.
yeah, and if you have a problem with misogyny, then maybe don't watch them.
Yes. But
But
remember, it's all in good fun. It's
it's
all in good
just
fun.
good fun.
Yes.
We're being just hyperbolic, satirical, and informative and funny all at the same time. Let's see all what Billy Simo says. But although I'm pretty close
4 hour trip each way.
to being perfect,
Oh,
because he
okay.
says and nobody's perfect, right? Although I'm pretty, because you're pretty close, Berlissimo. You're pretty close, man. Uh, One of One Sports again. Just hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it so much. Love the content. Outside of offensive tackle and someone on the defensive line, what player or position are you expecting to take a leap this year? Wow, great question, Wedge.
Quarterback.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Yep. First one that comes to mind. Um, Second, safety. Right. Quarterback. I think if we go into this season with the expectation that Caleb was going to be the same guy he was last year, uh, the Bears aren't going to make the playoffs. I'll be honest with you. He has to improve. Number one, accuracy. We all know that. Um, Number two, I want to continue to see him build upon the leadership that he was showing in the playoffs. And then I want him to be able to make some of those plays that he left out on the field, whether that's with his legs, whether that's with his arm or checkdowns or dump offs. I want to see another step like he made from year 1 to 2. If he has that same type of progression from 2 to 3, now we are probably dealing with a top 5 quarterback in the league and someone who could take this team to the next level and make this thing sustainable to where it's not just playoffs 1 year, missing the playoffs for the next 4, getting back in 8 years later, or whatever the case may be. Assert your dominance. You're at the top of the NFC North right now. Now you got to stay there. And quarterback's the most important position on the field. So I'll say quarterback.
Yeah,
What about you,
nice,
man?
good answer. For me, I'm gonna go. I'm expecting a big year from Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we saw from him prior to his injury, the kid was balling,
Yeah.
balling. Then he had the injury, and when he came back, he kind of did not look the same. So he needs to stay healthy this year. As long as he stays healthy and works on his contested catch game, expect a big year from Rome for me. That's my answer there. Let's see, James. I have a question for you guys. Do you still believe I'm not? No, James.
No, I
I believe.
truly believe. We were just poking a little fun, James.
Yeah. No.
Based on your passion, we know you're a Bears fan.
There you go. Wedge beat me
Yes.
to it. I was going to say no. By the passion that you spoke with, talk to us. It spoke to us. You are definitely a Bears fan. Let's see. I'll see you on the other channel. All right. Hey,
Yeah,
now. Yeah, come check me out
it's a
over
good
there,
time.
James. It
Mhm.
is a good time. Okay. I'm surprised I haven't been kicked off YouTube yet. Anyways, let's see. That kind of attitude reminds me of the life of Brian. You must all start to think for yourselves. Crowd. Yes, yes, we must think for ourselves. Yes. Oh, wow, that was cool. Let's see.
Phil
Oh,
has the
Phil
short.
has the short man syndrome. Is he little? I've never, you know what?
He's
Because
got a
I've never,
Napoleon complex.
I guess so. So I have never seen him in person, obviously, but I have seen him in pictures, right? When they go to Bears games and tailgate and stuff like that. That's right. I have seen him stand next to other just regularly sized men. Kyle
Ka-
says, I'm perfect and humble. That's the way to be, man. I just
yeah.
said that on my show last night. There's something about being humble that is becoming. Be
Mhm.
humble. I mean, when you're humble, your heart and your mind are both more open. So you can take a different opinion and be, because you're humble, you're like, okay, I'll ponder your opinion for a while. You're not so close minded. So humble, very big quality. Completely underrated in the human existence.
Yeah.
I like TT and L, y'all. I like them for things. Because somebody mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Phil knows ball, man. He does. He studies it. He watches tape, and I like their breakdown of players. That's how sometimes. Because again, I'll catch their show. I'm still subscribed, and if I see something, but again, if they're in the middle of ranting, I turn it off and go someplace else.
Yeah.
But if they're actually breaking somebody down or talking about somebody, and I'm going to learn some information, I stick around. Lord, it's hard to be humble. Wonder if anyone gets that reference. Offhand, I don't.
Yeah. I'm not placing it either.
I'll be thinking about it for a second here as we try to catch up with these comments. You guys are being amazing. You guys are awesome. Um, watch the TTNL second round when Adam Rankin, Matt Waldman versus Phil and Shane.
I'm sure if they had any type of reaction like we did in the second round, um, I yeah, we're fairly conservative, I would say. So it could get really wild really quick there. I'm sure.
Let's see. It was 10,000 words for Ben to 100 words for Ryan. That's what it was. Caleb Williams is top 5 QB in the NFL as of today. I challenge anyone to prove me wrong. I, I don't think I can
No
make an
argument for
argument
me.
on that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
I can make an argument there. I'm not worried about Caleb's development. Um, he's clutch, and that's rare. What's FWIW?
For what it's worth.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's clutch, and he's super clutch. I mean, it's
Yeah.
but his completion percentage, where Ben wants it versus where it ended up at by the end of the season. If he just picks that up a tinge, watch out. He's gonna take over the league. He'll be a top 3 quarterback.
It was like you were saying it during the season. If we could talk the timekeeper into putting the fourth quarter up there for the whole game, it's we'll be good to go, man. We'll be rolling. It's the slow starts. And I think Ben Johnson, some of that falls back on him as well, not getting him into a rhythm. But if he can play the first 3 quarters like he does the fourth quarter, making the big throws, and don't get me wrong, man, I'm not saying he didn't make any throws outside of the fourth quarter, and he wasn't good in quarters 1 through 3. But if he gets more consistent
Yeah,
and just has that, I don't know if it's just a killer mentality like he has in the fourth quarter and apply it to the rest of the game, starting fast. Because we've seen the Bears in the first, what, 3, 4, 5 games, they did start fast. And then it
right.
fizzled off. And at the end, it started slow and then finished with fireworks.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
What up, Big Mike?
What's up,
Just
Big
finished
Mike?
hanging
Thanks for
drywall
checking.
and driving home. Hated this draft. You're gonna have to go back and review the last 2 hours of the show, man. We're not starting from the top again.
Yeah.
We love you, Big Mike, but we just can't do it.
No. Just, yeah. Rewatch, brother. We're going to help bring you back off of the ledge a little bit, I hope. So,
But Burden better than Odunze in your book. You make a solid case. I've said it in again one of our shorts we did last year's
mhm.
grade grades for the draft class, and yeah, Burden has wide receiver 1 written all over him.
Yeah.
So again, this is also why it's another big year for Rome because we got Burden. Let's see. Last year's big free agents need to turn the fuck up. Last year they did not. Absolutely, golly.
Especially on defense. Offensive wise,
Yeah.
different story. Though
Oh,
most of those people were gotten via trade. Tooney and Jackson being the ones that we're talking about. So
yeah. Just those guys were amazing. But you're talking Grady Jarrett. You're talking Dio Dangbo. Like,
yeah,
golly. Let's see.
that's
Fearless
fun.
5'3" in Jordans. I'm too humble to be perfect.
We'll
That's
see.
very
There you
good.
go.
Bear the
Henrock
fuck
said,
down, Henrock. Always bear the fuck down. It's it's okay to like all networks you like. I watch TTNL. I ignore the nonsense. Yeah, that's all
yeah,
you got to do. Okay, so I'm gonna write this down. Lord, it's hard to be humble, and we'll
YouTube it.
check it out.
All right.
Let's who say so? James right here. Cars is their best. Just said he doesn't participate too much in the shows. I wonder why. Probably because he's busy. I mean, all those guys got families, right? They got kids. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on. Most like everybody else. I mean, us too. We got busy lives as well outside of podcasting and stuff. It's what's really cool is they have like what I will give them props for is they've got like a whole group of
Yeah.
people. Did you look it up?
No, I just caught James's last comment. Big Mike, you're not a Bears fan. It just struck me. I
Oh,
couldn't hold it in.
um, they've got a whole squad of people. So if they wanted to, they could have shows like every night,
Mhm.
which would be like a dream of mine, like to network, like a Barlissimo gracing us with his presence. If we would, anytime you want to do any kind of crossovers or pregame shows or whatever,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like just kind of build like our own little ecosystem of like-minded folks is all I'm trying to say for what it's worth. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, Caleb just needs to learn to hurt pressure. Yeah.
yep,
And off coverages with easy wins. Correct. Yeah. And like you really kind of saw him start to really get a hang of that as the season progressed, right? I mean, one of his big things what I thought was huge because I think he did it twice where the defensive lineman jumped off sides, but they snapped the ball and just
yeah.
boom, like punished
Went
the
deep.
defense. Yeah.
I think you saw it a little bit more in the playoffs, and you saw it in the fourth quarter where he just got uber aggressive. Where talking about the layups, or you're scrambling out instead of trying to throw, the 10-yard worm burner to a diving wide receiver, just take the 7-8 yards, man.
Yeah.
Just go. You start doing that, the pressure on the defense becomes so overwhelming. They don't know if they need to come up. They don't know if they need to stand back. When they come up, you go over their head. When they stay back, you take your 10 yards. Agreed. The layups is what he needs to work at. The big plays, the off platform throws, the holy shit moments are the key to his game. And he's mastered that. I've never seen somebody so clutch. It's if he takes that next step, we talked about it, could he flirt with 5,000 yards passing? Could he now be a top 3 quarterback, as he mentioned with Mahomes and Allen? Is he shortly behind there, right? It's yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. Unfortunately, we have a lot of time to wait, but there'll be a lot of stuff going on in
I
between.
know.
So
I know. Getting an itch.
yeah, you wish they had a spring game like college, right? Like, just throw these guys out there. Let me see the new guys.
I mean, seriously, because what are we really looking at the slate coming up here, right? Do rookies get going?
OTAs.
They get
Yeah.
going right away, right? The rookies do,
Yeah, they'll have a rookie camp coming in fairly quick here.
and then there's some voluntaries where the vets can
Mhm.
come in, and then they're off for like 6 weeks, and then they get back. Then it's full
Usually
go
end
from
of
there.
July. Yeah, yeah.
Ugh, that's the gruelingest time of year.
So rookie mini camp is May 1st to the 4th, or the 8th through 11th. OTAs May 27th through the 29th. Mandatory mini camp is the 9th through the 11th. Um, Actual training camp is late July. Dates to be determined if you have like new head coaches and all that stuff. The Bears started early last year. So we got lucky, but this year we're going to have to wait an extra week, I think. Um, and then goes from there, man.
Barelissimo just gave us legal. We got witnesses. It's time stamped. He hereby allows us to play any section of any video I've made in your shows. Thank you, Barelissimo.
Don't tempt us.
I mean, it kind of is like a little slight humble brag, I will say. Hey,
Yeah.
did you know Barelissimo was on our show this morning? Yes, thank you for joining us, man. It was awesome. Um, uh, Good question right here by One of One Sports. Wedge, if you want to address that.
Yeah, have we seen the last of Ty Stevenson's? I also think Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson are both on the roster watch this season. They need to stay healthy and produce at a high level. Ty Stevenson, let's start there. If Muhammad comes in and shows the talent that we think that he will be able to, I don't think Stevenson's on this team after this year. I don't think they pick up his option. Last year, they definitely had him in the doghouse. We didn't see him. Is a possible position switch in Stevenson's future as one of the backup safeties. Could be. He's got the body type for it. He could cover. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. Uh, but even if he does switch positions, I don't see Stevenson being on this team. I don't know if what happened, if something happened behind the scenes. I just don't see it. Kyler Gordon or Jalen Johnson, both on the roster watch. One of the two I could see. I can see Jalen Johnson being a potential trade possibility. Cole Kmet, after this year, could be one of those guys as well. I have a feeling, though, with Kyler Gordon, they still like him a lot. And that was one of quote unquote Poles guys. So if anybody out of those three, if I were to say who would be the safest, my guess would be Kyler Gordon. Jalen Johnson, if he comes back into form before what he was at before that injury, I would say he's most likely with us as well, because the way that he was playing before that injury and what we were paying him now seems to be like a bargain. So that contract was done right now. If he tries to come back and says, "Hey, I want to restructure my deal," I think the Bears tell him to go pound sand.
Humble. Humble. Love you, Barelissimo.
Yeah.
There was one question up here. Who do we think is going to start at left tackle?
I'm gonna say Wills. I'm gonna say he wins the starting job.
Okay, wow.
Well, he's got that type of talent. Um, I just, I pray it's not Braxton Jones.
No,
I'd rather see Ozzie than Braxton, or not
it's
Ozzie,
gonna,
but Theo.
yeah. So that's my guess. I think it's going to be Theo.
I think Wills knows that if he could stay healthy, he has the talent. Um, yeah, we'll see. Yep, we'll see.
What opinion do they pick on Stevenson? You mean like opposing offenses this season? Is that what you mean? They can go ahead and try. Stevenson's a dog. I mean, I like Stevenson. I don't know why he didn't get much playing time last season. I've always liked him, other than the fail Mary, which now I owe $1 to the swear jar. Um, yeah, I like the kid because he's sticky in coverage. I don't mind the
Yeah.
physicalness. If he gets a pass interference here and there, I don't care. I'll live with it because he's good in coverage. He is absolutely an aggressive tackler. He will come up and hit a running back. He will, and he does. So
That's
I
why
really
I'm
like him.
thinking like safety might be his redeeming
It could be.
quality on this. I don't know.
Oh, more shorthand. Barlissimo, I am not. I'm 48 years old, Barlissimo. I don't know shorthand. I have to look that one up.
Wirfs. I can't come up with anything right this second either.
Oh, it's a player.
Oh, Tristan Wirfs. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're going to
Uh,
trade for the guy from
he said, I'd
Tampa?
rather see Tony Medellin than Braxton.
Yeah. I just, he's just so no anchor. Like, the dude's huge. Why can't he anchor? I don't get it, man. Drop those hips. Get your ass on the ground, bro.
How many years does it take to develop an anchor?
Yeah. I, hit the fucking squat rack, man. Damn.
Something. He's like a meatball with legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Alex, the Bears fan, a B. You give the draft a B. We got faster. That's
Yeah,
modest.
we
It's
still
a
have to
fair
give out
grade.
our final draft grade too.
We
We'll
didn't. Yeah,
do
we've
that
been
before we wrap
rolling. The
up. But
comments have been coming
eh,
rolling in. People are filing in. We'll much appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel and you like the cut of our jib, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We go live. We give you 2 shows a week. We got Wednesday nights,
mm,
Sunday mornings. Even during the season, we do pre-games before everybody else's pre-games. So if you guys are morning birds, you're going to love our show because you can listen to us for 2 hours before you listen to the pre-game shows you normally watch or listen to.
yeah.
Um,
And for all those that aren't new to the channel, listen, man, we're just a couple kids that grew up in Chicago together, same neighborhood, no longer in the city, but still have a lot of ties to it. Um, God, I've known this guy on the other side of the channel here for what, 45
40s,
years?
yeah, at least, yeah.
44 years, 40 years minimum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, over
So,
40, but yeah.
mhm. So yeah, I mean, we're just a couple guys that have a passion about the Bears, and we decided to jump on a channel and let's talk about it because we want to give you a true fan's perspective from actual fans. So
Let's see. Maybe these edge rushers in this class are not great outside of Bailey and
yeah,
Reese.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
the other
good.
big one was Zion Williams, and I think with the character issues that he had, it just took him off of the board for the Bears.
Yeah, I'm constantly talking about Terrell Smith because if
Yeah,
again if we don't forget, um, Terrell Smith was nipping at Tyreek Stevenson's heels
yeah.
for that job, for that second cornerback. Terrell Smith. If it wasn't for that injury, and he got it really early, like in preseason, even was it? And then he
Yeah,
was just out all season. So if he's healthy and comes back 100%, he's still, in my book, nipping at Tyreek's job.
I think so too, which would also make Tyreek expendable. Za Frazier will be the wild card. Is he going to be quote unquote that, Toledo type of unknown guy that comes in and tears it up? We'll see.
Oh,
That's what
we
I'm
were
talking
all.
about. Hey now. Hey now.
That's hey now. That's what I was talking about. Let's see. Are we happy with Swift? Any chance they pick someone up? If Swift runs like how he did last season, I'm good with Swift. But
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. I was pissed off at the Raiders for taking Mike Washington. I'm like, you guys are now you're just greedy. Because I was hoping he was going to be there for the Bears. I would have loved to seen that as a possible option. If Swift improves upon what he did last year, and I'll be honest with you guys, I was not a huge Swift fan going into last season. Um, I didn't think he ran with contact at all, ankle tackles, but Swift showed me a little something last year. Now I don't know if that was just Eric Bieniemy's foot up his ass that made him run a little bit harder,
yeah.
but he turned into somebody that this offense really could have revolved around. And then you have the great compliment in Monangai to help kind of soften him up. So,
And then, yeah, James here. I actually said this numerous times after the season was over, of course,
mhm.
that, yeah, our team last year, we were a Max Crosby away last year. We would have been in the Super Bowl. If we had Max Crosby, or God forbid, yeah, Miles Garrett, we were going to the Super Bowl last year. But with all the moves that happened right after the season, and we were talking about the trade rumors and will we get Crosby, will we not? I
Ozzy
said,
went down, yeah.
yeah, I said we're not a Max Crosby away anymore. So that's off the table in my book.
Well, we were also kind of going off of the basis that the Bears were going to do a little bit more in free agency in terms of re-signing some of their own guys. The fact that Byard walked, we knew Brisker was probably going to be gone. Like that really kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, wow, what we thought was going to happen didn't even come close. But they said they want to get more athletic, they want to get faster. They did that, even though Kevin Byard, and thank you for your contribution last year, Byard, you were one of the keys to this team. But you got to admit, they upgraded with Kobe Bryant. They got younger, they got faster, they got more athletic. Thieneman coming in, younger, faster, more athletic at that safety spot. And that's the overall common theme. You put enough athletes out there, you get faster, you can run with anybody. Now you're at the point where you could see what this team could do. Slimbo, what's up, buddy?
Good morning, sir.
Philosophy of the Bears is to invest in high draft capital in the offense, surround the QB with as much help as the QB can possibly get. I think that's what, Logan Jones being in there as well.
Yeah, Alan Thompson. I've always said a little. I always say pepper your roster with a couple pains in the asses.
CJ
Do
Gardner Johnson.
yeah, just pepper the lightly peppered.
Mm-hmm.
Got to
We
have a
lost.
couple.
Yeah, we lost one of the biggest shit talkers in Brisker. So
Yeah, Brisker and CJ. Ruben Bain was the best defensive end.
come on, old Toronto T Rex arms there.
T Rex arms.
Uh, I thought he was really good. I think his teammate Mesidor uh, might be 1A, 1B in that class. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out this year.
Yeah, this is a good rundown here, Slimbo. Number one rushing offense in 2025. Top 5 play caller in the league. Top 5 special teams unit. Defensive gave up only 18 points per game at home and led the league in takeaways. Was one play away from the NFC title game. Caleb needs to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
Backs.
Yeah. RB3 will
Running
come
back
from
three
waivers.
Defense wasn't the problem versus the Rams. Yeah, our defense was playing out of their effing minds that night.
Yeah.
I was enjoying that game thoroughly because I couldn't believe that was our defense. Like, look at this. These guys are playing defense tonight. In the most crucial game that they needed to, they did. Let's see. Rush game and defense leading league in takeaways was reason for the Bears had home field advantage and hosted the Rams on the lakefront. Yeah, what a crazy magical year of takeaways. It was kind of like a mind job because Wedge and I would talk about this throughout the whole season. That we're getting gouged for yardage, just gouged. But then boom, take the ball away, bare ball, and it's like it was crazy.
We ran the tail of the tape, and we will this year as well before every game. And it was Bears were always, in the top 3. And at the end of the season, for the longest stretch, they were number 1 in takeaways. And then you look at the run defense, they were in the bottom 5 for most of the season. And it was just like you wanted to bang your head off the table, but you were winning games.
Right. Yeah. And this right here. So James, we brought this up at the top of the show when we were breaking down the draft picks, and number 1 being Thieneman, obviously. Has this been a full upgrade at safety then?
Mm-hmm.
James says yes.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more, James. I mean, just think about how much faster that safety group is right now. It's going to be exciting. And that slow ass safety group got a ton of picks last year. Well, Byard led the league. Yeah, let's see, what Kobe can do in here. Maybe one guy won't lead the league because we're going to have two guys flying around picking the ball off.
So here, I was in this boat, one of one sports. A lot of folks were upset or confused after our picks last year with Colston and Luther Burden, right? I believe that a lot of people were pleasantly surprised by some of these guys in this year's class. So that was me last year. I felt like we were going into this year's draft, much like a lot we were going into last year's draft. Oh, we're going to go trenches on
Yeah,
defense. Nope, tight ends. Like, okay. And out of the tight ends, I actually liked Colston Loveland more than I liked Tyler Warren.
agreed. Same.
I did not want Tyler Warren, but we got the guy that I wanted. So okay, cool. Next pick. All right, we're gonna go defensive line here, right? Luther Burden.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, okay. But they said, he was a first round talent that somehow slipped to the second. But cool,
Yeah.
pick him up. And then just as you said, one of one sports, as the season was playing out, I was like, oh hell yeah. Both these dudes are studs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was great. Let's see, Slimbo Swift and Monungai combined for 1,870 yards
Yep.
rushing and 14 rushing touchdowns. They totaled over 2,330 scrimmage yards. Only due in 2025 to have both over 750. Yeah, the facts.
And it was the first time that the Bears have done it since 1985, where both backs were over 750. With one, Walter Payton, and the second back as you got it,
No, we looked
Matt
it up that
Suey.
night.
I should have given you the layup. That's my fault, bro. I should have given you the layup. I should have said Matt Suey first.
Yeah,
But
and honestly, like Kyle Monungai was only 230 yards away from eclipsing 1,000. And had they used him more the first 3 or 4 games, we would have had 2 running backs over 1,000 rushing yards.
Easily. We looked that up at one of those recap shows where we looked at the first 4 or 5 games. I think Monungai had a total of like 20, 25 freaking carries. So I saw
see,
this
Big
one.
Mike, how long has this new center been 24? Bro's hairline screaming 46. Oh, God.
He's a
After
mature
week
24.
5 bye, the Bears had the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL, averaging 171 rushing yards per game. Yeah, after I'm telling you, that bye week, Ben Johnson must have been flipping tables, and Eric Bieniemy was throwing chairs because, our running game came out of the bye week a steam train.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It started to dwindle a little bit. Later on in the season, it dwindled a little bit, but man, didn't fully go away. Still had a very solid rushing game. Getting Billings to add weight was a mistake last year, but he enjoyed it.
I'm sure I would too, man. I'd be able to put on, another 100 pounds in no time, eating some deep dish, some beefs.
Just line up the beef tray. Let's go.
Pizza puffs. I'll take a pizza puff with my eggs this morning.
Pizza puff. Oh my God. Let's see. Hey, now says Bears must go 5-1 in the division games. I'd love 6-0, but I'm not greedy. So yeah, we need to
sweep Minnesota, sweep the Packers, split with the Lions. Is that what we're saying?
No, again, the way they whooped our ass last year.
Yeah,
I want to whoop their ass. That's what I want. I want a complete, utter role reversal on them. I'd rather split with Green Bay if we could just beat the shit out of the Lions.
Do a home and home with Green. Wow, that's saying something, man.
It is. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a bold statement by yours truly. I would rather split with Green Bay to just 50 burger the fucking Lions.
Just return it and just not say a word. Just walk right off.
Walk right off the field.
With 2 wins, I would love to just see Ben Johnson do the drive-by handshake twice against Green Bay again and then fucking talk shit about him in the locker room. Oh, that would make me extremely happy for sure. Slimbo, cold ass white boy, best pick of the draft. Pencil Thieneman in for 80 tackles, 2 picks, 1.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. All right, Slimbo, we got you, man.
Yeah, pencil that in, lock that in.
Mm-hmm. What defense has more chances to succeed? The one that creates more takeaways or the one that creates more pressure and sacks?
Wow.
I'm with you. James, definitely the one that creates more pressures. Because let's be honest, if you create more pressure and sacks, your takeaways are probably still going to be there. Where vice versa, if you're just getting takeaways and no pressure, I don't think you'll get as many.
Yeah, you struggle. I mean, that was last year's case.
Yeah.
Again, we led the league in takeaways, but had no pressure
Hmm.
and sacks. So, and we saw how hard of some games were shootouts with the Bengals with
Oh
Joe
God.
Flacco.
I still will watch that game when it comes on NFL replay. That game, Packers game, no matter what I'm doing. Yep, I'm watching this. And I still get pissed off until they win again. So Bryant was fourth best player in Seattle secondary. Byard was or is an all pro. Okay, Slimbo. So you thinking Byard is better than Bryant? Is that what we're saying here? I see another comment down here. Byard is a big loss. Bryant is a 3 tackle a game guy. He really didn't do anything in the playoffs either. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
Barelissimo knew, man. Come on.
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew. Yep. He knows.
Harper did it too with Peyton. Okay.
That's who I thought it was.
Oh, sorry, man. I
Wah,
want us to
wah.
win with 50 burgers on the NFC North. Why stop at the Lions? Good point,
Yeah,
man.
you know what? Yes. Stand
Yeah.
corrected.
Ben's not going to be happy with any more Lions losses for sure.
No.
And then, hey, now, mind blown, baby.
Mind blown.
I don't want the drive-by handshakes. I want him to stand motionless, staring into LaFleur's soul until he cries, then offer his hand after we put 50 on him. Kind of like what Booker does to Jordan Love at the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Yes. Still one of my favorite IA clips of all time is when I sent to you where Ben Johnson comes out and roundhouses Mike LaFleur.
Oh yeah.
And that's what AI is for, baby. That is what the internet was invented for.
For those fantasy situations.
Yes. Just
Oh
like now,
man.
my favorite ones are like Chuck Norris coming out and like roundhouse kicking Jaws and the Terminator, all that
Nice.
stuff. I can't turn
Uh,
those off for some reason. Those just get me.
they're addicting.
Yes.
Let's see. We got a couple more comments, boys. I think we're going to wrap up. Nice 3 hour show. Again,
Mhm.
you guys have been amazing. Thank you for coming out. Really appreciate it. We'll read these last two comments before you guys head out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're new, and come back every time we do this. You're all
Big
welcome. We're
Mike.
all the best.
We definitely drafted some nicknames. The fucking Vanilla Gorilla and the White Rhino we have too. I
White
think
Rhino.
Barelissimo's called Jordan the White Rhino. I love that name as well. We're gonna have to come up with some good ones for the rest of them. So I do like me some Vanilla Gorilla. Mike, you must be one of our Facebook fans as well, because I definitely threw that up there. I was like, yes, why not? Bears go 4-2 in the North, include wins over Saints, Bucks, Jets, Jags, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami. Gives them 11 wins in 2026. If they
Punch
go
our
3 and
ticket.
3, yeah, win 10 games, go 2 and 4 in the division. Only 9 wins.
Does nine? I don't want to open up a whole new topic of discussion here, but does 9 wins punch your ticket into the dance?
No,
No,
not
right?
anymore. Not in the new format with 17 games. I think it would be the only way it does is if you're a division winner, a la Carolina last year.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Let's see. Hey now. Oh
gotta
boy.
go make the donuts. Great inside banter. Happy I found you guys. Gotta go make the donuts again. Thank you guys for joining us. Wednesdays, Sundays, we go. No matter what. Some shows, man, we're gonna leave them wide open, especially in this off season when there's not a whole lot of news. Man, we'll just leave it wide open. We'll take whatever topics you guys want to bring to the table, and we'll chop it up a little bit.
All right. Nice little take right here by Fabian, real quick. Fabian Kane, thank you for dropping by. Thank you. Definitely an upgrade in the secondary. With this defense, we will be lucky to make the playoffs. We have an absolutely and no run stoppers or interior push up front. time of possession issues coming.
I
Woof.
I think the D
I
line's
hope
going to be better at stopping the run, but I don't know where they're going to get the pressure from.
I'm still doubting this pass rush
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, at
Man,
this
oh
point,
man.
anything will be better than last year in terms of the run game. It's got to be.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Don't put that out in the universe though, because like, oh no, it can't get any
Yeah.
worse. We'll
There's
see.
still 29, 30, and 31 and 32, I guess we could slide into.
Exactly. But
uh,
Fabian, Kane, thank you for dropping by. Everybody, great job today. Great show. You guys are the best. We'll be back Wednesday night. If you guys, again, like, subscribe, do all
ding
the
the
good
bell.
stuff, hit the
Yeah.
bells, and do the whole thing. And then we also have all our other social links in the descriptions below. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. And until Wednesday,